What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. Ooh, baby. It's time for the Wednesday live stream, guys. So we will be on here for 1 or 2 hours, whatever it ends up being. I'm sure it's going to be a chill day today because I forgot to post this earlier. So shout out to anybody who sees this kind of last minute here. But remember, guys, that these are long form shows, and we usually talk about Suboxone, Sublocade, Kratom, opiate addiction, anything like that. Feel free to drop your comments. Feel free to drop your questions, concerns. Izzy just stopped by to say hello. And we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Let some more people smash the like button on your way in, guys. We'll see you soon. All right. How you all doing? Thank you guys for joining and hanging out on a Wednesday live stream. So good to see you. Good to see you. Please say hello. Please say hello if you could. Let me know what's going on with you. If you have any updates for the week, for the month, for the day, how you guys doing with your progression? Did anybody slip up? Anybody relapse? Let us know. Let us know. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. Sorry, guys. I'm late today. I have been running around with like a chicken with a head cut off. So really, really, really busy. I have not been this busy for many years. So how's everybody doing? Tara, how'd your move go? Are you still moving? How's that going for you, girl? You guys see the disclaimer scrolling across the bottom. I'm going to let that cycle back as I attempt to catch my breath. Whew. All right, guys. So it says, disclaimer, I am not your doctor and nothing on this channel is medical advice. So if you are struggling with addiction, please seek out your own medical professional. Remember, guys, that this channel is for entertainment purposes only and for me to share my experience with you and for you to share your experience with others. So please do so. Please do so. If you have a update for the week, let us know, guys. Let's go ahead and remove that. Also, please be sure and share with us your updates, your goals, as I just mentioned, or if you had a setback, just let us know. We want to support you on your path to freedom, whatever that looks like for you. So, how is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I might get interrupted by a call or something. I've got a bunch of people I've been speaking with all day, so pardon me if I get interrupted. This might be a short stream, depending on how much we chat or talk about here. Just like last week, it was pretty slow too. So we might just do a short stream. So heads up on that, T. Heads up on that, T. So jumping into the comments. So Meg says, sorry to hear you're stressed. Hey, Kev and the chat. It's good to see you in here, Meg, as always. Thanks for being the first commenter of the stream. I think you were last week as well. So thanks for showing up here early. How are you doing, Meg? How you doing? Yeah, I'm very, very stressed for sure, but it's good to be like this sometimes, right? It's good to have a lot of pressure on you and just push through it, right? That's all you can really do. T says, hey everyone, please smash the like on your way in. Yes, please do. Let's see who else is up in here. Jimmy, what's up? Jimmy says, hey Kev. Let's see here. Let me pull this up on the screen. Hey Kev. Hey all from land down under. How you doing, Jimmy? How you doing? Mama Cindy is in the house today. Good to see you in here, Mama Cindy. Any updates with you, Cindy, on your health stuff? How's that going? Let's see here. So Megan says, hi, Tara, Jimmy, and Cindy. I tried to catch part of your stream the other day, T, but I was just so damn busy. I couldn't even say hi to you guys, but I caught some of it. So yeah, she says, Tara, how's the move going? Yeah, I think I saw something about you. You were talking about you were moving or something like that. I wasn't sure if you actually got the move done or what, but let's see. So Tara says, hey, Meg. Tara says, I'm crazy busy with the move. I am on schedule, though, and it's going well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I think I was talking to you guys recently about having to move my sister in like a rush. It was like a last second thing. She didn't have nothing packed. I'm like, bruh. And she had so much stuff. I was like, 3 trucks and 3 trailers full. And she just moved out of my mom's house like 6-8 months ago. I'm like, how do you have so much shit? I've been living on my own for, I don't even know how old now, freaking 30 years or some shit like that. I've been living on my own for a long ass time, and she's got way more stuff than I do. So, and then she's always talking about like, how come you don't buy gifts? That's weird. I'm like, you're broke and you got a house full of crap you don't use. So now what? I was just giving her shit about that the other day. It was funny. Love teasing her a little bit. She's a cute little sister. She's freaking tiny. She's like 4'5". T says, how are you doing, beautiful? Yeah, so I've got to move some things into my business. I haven't moved one thing in there yet. So I've literally got this empty ass business right now. So it's like, you guys should see. I wish you guys could see the amount of paperwork that is on the floor here behind me. It is, this whole room is full of papers on the floor and just spread out everywhere. And I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really stressful, guys. Like my stress levels have been. Today was probably the peak. There's some investments that I have, and there was, how do I say this? There was a major, major glitch. Let's just say that. Let's just say there was a major, major glitch with some investments that I had, and my heart just about fell out of my chest when I saw that. And it scared the hell out of me. And then on top of that, I went to go buy this minivan last night for my first car for my dealership, and we got to the bank, and they're like, I'm like, I got the loan or the paper. I got the check made out to the lady, and she was right there. So we handed it to her. She was going to pay off the loan. And then they were like, oh, so this is an electronic title. It could take up to 2 weeks for you to get. I'm like, wait. Hold on. That does not sound right. I've never heard of that. You guys have electronic titles for cars in your state? That was the first I heard of that. And I like kind of froze up. I was like, I need to look into this. We got to put this on pause till tomorrow. So luckily I did. I spoke to the DMV, and they assured me that that's, I guess, the new way that they're doing it. Kind of a pain in the butt. When I buy a car, especially if I'm paying for the car in full and not taking out a loan, I'd like to have the title in my hand. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to wait 2 weeks before I get the title. That sucks. So I had a whole bunch of paperwork that I had got. I got a power of attorney, bill of sale, all that crap. So I kind of did overkill with the paperwork today. But I just don't want to have anything I have to worry about with the title or registration in the future, because I've got to now sell this car to somebody else through my dealership. Right. So I got to really make sure that I cross my T's, shout out to T, cross my T's and dot my I's. So yeah, it was very stressful, but, I drove the car yesterday for like 45 minutes. Man, guys, I'm so paranoid buying cars. So paranoid, because I've looked at about 5 cars already since I started this little venture, 6 cars, and people are so shady. Like they only take pictures of like the good things on the car. They will hide a bunch of dents. They won't take pictures of that. This guy's car I went to see yesterday, it looked like somebody took freaking grease and just sprayed it all over the seats. I'm like, dude, what did you do to this car? He's like, oh, just being a guy. I'm like, bruh, you really wasted my time. People will waste your time. This van that I bought today, there's like a major oil leak on it. And thankfully I researched it and figured out it's kind of a common problem. So it's not like a major issue. It's something I can fix. But he's like, yeah, no problems at all. No leaks. And he's like, I didn't see that leak before. Sure, you didn't. Like, you really, especially for the ladies out there, if you're buying a car, you need to take it to somebody you trust. You need to pay a mechanic to check out a car, because there can be so many hidden issues that you won't find out until after you've already paid for the car and drove off. Guys, if you're ever thinking about buying a car or a used car, if you don't know a lot about mechanic stuff, please take it to a mechanic, pay them $50 or $100 to look over the car, because I almost guarantee they'll find a whole bunch of shit wrong with it. Just going off topic here, just something I want you guys to think is kind of my world right now is cars, business. So my life has literally done pretty much a 180 over the last week. I used to have so much freedom and time to do kind of whatever I want. You guys saw how much I was on YouTube before. I was constantly on YouTube watching everybody's channels and responding to comments all the time. And now it's like I have zero time for YouTube. I wasn't even going to do today's live stream, but I was like, oh, I don't want to just leave people hanging. So going forward, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do every single Wednesday. I'll definitely try my hardest, but Wednesdays are auction days for me. So I'm going to probably be at the auction for a lot of the day, but thankfully the auction time usually ends in the early afternoon. But yeah, so just kind of letting you guys know what's going on with my life. I'm extremely hectic with things right now. Extremely stress levels are maxed out. I keep having this overwhelming feeling of doubt and anxiety. Like I'll wake up at like 5 a.m. and I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? And like, it's like I have this little devil on my shoulder. It's like, you can't do this. You're going to fail at this business. And I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but that little pesky shit on my shoulder telling me I can't do this is really getting annoying. So I've been doing a lot of meditation lately. I've been praying probably more than I ever have. I'm praying at least once a day. So if you guys are into praying and that kind of stuff, if that's your thing, please pray for me to get through these very, very hard times that I'm going through, because I could definitely use any help that you guys can give. So sorry for kind of going off on a tangent, guys, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on in my life. You guys know that's what we do up in here. So it looks like we got some more people cruising in here. So guys, please smash that like button as you're stopping in here. Let's see here. Looks like we're really short on the likes today. So if you guys could bang that baby out, I would appreciate it. We've only got 6 likes. We've got 16 people in here right now and only 6 likes. So if you guys could do me a favor and smash that baby to let other people know that we're in here hanging out. Like I said, I've been doing these live streams for over 2 years straight now, guys. I've only missed one in those 2 years. So I'm doing my best to keep it going. But I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to do every single Wednesday. So sometimes good things must come to an end, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Hopefully I can still manage to keep this. I'll probably have to, the background will be different because I'll probably have to do this from my office going forward. That sounds so weird to say, my office. Ha ha ha. So Meg says it's thunderstorming. Yeah, it was hailing over here yesterday. I was on a test drive and I got out to check this car out and I was getting hail in my face. I'm like, this is great. This is really great. Operation Crossroads says, hello, Kev. Hello, chat. Good to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by, saying hello. Guys, I want to hear your guys' updates. It doesn't just have to be about Suboxone or Sublocade or Kratom or opiate addiction. I want to hear if you guys have some big stuff going on, like T, like she's moving right now. I want to hear what you guys have going on in your life. I like to get to know you guys a little bit better. You guys know a lot about me. Let's see here. Hello, Seth here. Got my first shot today. That's awesome. Speaking of that, that reminds me, Lori is getting her, well, I don't know if she's getting her shot, but she had mentioned that she's got an appointment for Sublocade doctor, I think this week. So Lori, if you're in here, let us know the update on you if you have one on the Sublocade. But Seth says, got my first shot today. It took a while due to a turnover in staff at my doctor's office. I haven't been sleeping well, pretty moody. I took the week off work. So you haven't been sleeping well. Why is that? Were you trying to taper off Suboxone? Were you taking too much Suboxone? What was your Suboxone history like, Seth? Let us know. Let us know. How are you feeling right now? And also, as you guys know, I always like to ask you guys, what dose of Suboxone were you on and what dose of Sublocade did you take? That's crucial information to know. And we want to make sure that everybody understands the smoothest way to transition from Suboxone to Sublocade. Hey, Seth, nice to meet you and way to go. And just for a heads up for the new people that are in here, I'm usually behind in the comments and that's intentional. So just be patient and I will get to your comment, guys. I usually am able to hit and respond to everybody's comment. So Seth says I was at 8 milligrams. I got the 300 milligram shot. Okay, Kurt, cool. That should be a great transition for you. You just got to be ready to feel normal, guys. You guys, my normies have heard me say this 1,000 times. For the new people up in here, once you go from Suboxone to Sublocade, you have to be ready to feel level and stable and normal all day. You're not going to have the highs and the lows like you had with Suboxone. So just be ready for that. Some people can be thrown off by that, and they thought that they were going to have the spikes like they did with Suboxone, but that doesn't happen anymore once you get on Sublocade, other than maybe the first day or two after it kicks in. There she is. There's Lori. Says, hey guys, I canceled my appointment for Friday. What, girl? What are you doing? Just kidding. She says, reason being, I Googled the doctor and she had horrible reviews. So bad it scared me off. I'm going to have to find a different doctor. I am bummed. Damn, horrible reviews for what? Hopefully not for bad Sublocade shot injections. That would be scary. Oh, speaking of Lori, she was a sponsor this week, and I forgot to throw up the sponsors of the week. So I will put them up now. Shout out to you, Lori. I appreciate that sponsor bomb you sent the other day. Where are they? I'm rookie mode over here, guys. So shout out to my sponsors. These are the people who financially contribute to this channel. They are the people who keep this channel going. So shout out to the 4 sponsors of the past 7 days. I appreciate you guys. And I'll go ahead and shout out the sponsors a little bit later in the stream. Back to the comments we go. Where was I at? So T says, you'll only fail if you don't try, Kevin. That's a really good point, T, because this is going to be my 3rd go at running a car dealership, guys. I'm doing this by myself. I don't have employees to help me. I don't have anybody to help me. I'm looking for the cars. I'm test driving the cars, going to people's house. I'm doing all the paperwork. I'm doing all the mechanic work. I'm doing all the body work. I'm doing everything to do this whole dealership. I'm doing all the paperwork. I've got all the licenses and paid everybody all their money you got to pay. I've got my sign guy. He's working on my sign right now. It should be done tomorrow. So I get to hang my sign up on the building tomorrow. And then I got to take a picture of that, submit it with this huge stack of paperwork that I have with my fingerprints, my mug shot. Like, there's so much stuff you need to do to start a car dealership. It is not easy. But back to what T said, she says, you'll only fail if you don't try. And that's something that I am really afraid to do, is to fail. So I know that I will work my ass off 24/7 before I let myself fail. So that's one good thing. And I can feel that coming out of me. I can feel that grind coming back out. And it actually feels really good because, as you guys know, before this, I was just pretty much driving Uber and Lyft and making some YouTube videos and doing some investment stuff. But I had a hell of a lot of free time, a lot of time just sitting around wasted, laying on the couch, watching YouTube. And I have none of that now. So it's literally like my life just got turned all the way upside down. What's up, you amazing peeps? Zach said, good to see you in here, Zach. As always, I appreciate you always stopping by and saying hello to the crew. No man left behind, right, Zach? Zach's been off Suboxone for quite a while now. And that reminds me of Mama Deb. It'd be cool to see her stop in here someday. Maybe she can make an appearance and let everybody know she's doing all right. Mama Deb, if you ever hear this, please say hello to the crew. Alvis says, hey, everyone, new here. Glad to have found you all. Well, welcome to the crew, Alvis. I like that picture. It kind of trips me out looking at that profile picture. So thanks for finding us. What is it that led you to this channel, Alvis? If you could let us know. How did any of the new people in here, I always like to know how you found this channel. What were you searching for on YouTube? So Zach says, I've been an auto tech all my life and even can miss stuff on a car, right? There's so much to these cars. So hard to be thorough enough to catch those red flags. Yes. There is so many things that can go wrong with these cars. And man, I can pick up on the red flags pretty damn fast with people and just reading their demeanor and asking them, how long have you owned this car? Is this titled to you? Is this title in your name? Because if it's not, there's a good chance that they're flipping the car, just like I would be. I can identify a flipper from a mile away. So Zach, you probably know about this. And if you work on cars, I bought a Dodge Grand Caravan GT. This thing is freaking fast. I'm rocking my Caravan. And it has, you probably know where I'm going with this. It has a little crack in the oil filter housing. Of course, they use a plastic housing for these. Good Lord, why would you do that? Zach, have you ever worked on one of those? From the research I've done, it should only take me a couple hours to fix it. I got to pull off the top manifolds and just get down in there. I didn't know you were an auto tech, dude. I thought you do paint stuff. I had no idea you worked on cars. No regrets. Get it, brother. Hey, look who it is. Any update on you, good sir? Looks like you changed your name on here. Did you get done with the methadone? Let us know. How that's going for you. It's Peter, right? Isn't it Peter? I thought that was Peter. I recognize the picture though. Let us know if you ended up getting off the methadone, brother. Hopefully you're doing all right. Zach says, praying is great, but being convinced of your answered prayer to the point of belief is the key. I almost can't wrap my head around that. I'm kind of slow with stuff like that. Being convinced of your answered prayer to the point of belief is the key. Okay, I feel you. Yeah. So I've really been praying for sure. And like I said, I've been meditating a lot too. So I'm doing what I can to keep myself grounded and calm. And when it's to the point now, it's happened so much lately. That little devil has whispered in my ear, you can't do this. What the hell are you doing starting a business? You're not going to be able to do it. You can't find cars. And it's like, I identify that. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Like it's a little freaking devil chirping in my ear. I identify it. And then I stop that thought immediately in its tracks. And then I just continue on with whatever I'm doing. That's really been helping. Thanks, guys. Trying to stay positive. Yeah, stay positive. That'll go a long way if you can keep yourself positive. Zach says, I haven't done one of those on Dodge. I used to work in the shop after I got out of tech school, then just rebuild engines and transcends for family and friends. Wow, dude. Yeah. Turning wrench, man. I've turned wrench for so long. It's like, I really don't want to do. I was working on somebody's brakes right before. That's what took me so long is I was putting the lubrication for the brakes so they don't squeak, and it would not come off my hands. There was a grease all over my hands. So I'm like using all kinds of different stuff to try to get that crap off. T says, I'm in the same boat, running around like a warrior, laugh out loud. And I agreed. I think being super busy is a healthy activity from time to time, laugh out loud. To be honest, though, I'm looking forward to getting settled in. Yeah, I can't wait until all the paperwork is done. I've wrote everybody all their checks. I've got my business license and license plates showing up in the mail. And then the fun starts. Then I get to go have fun buying whatever car I want. And that's the funnest thing about being a car dealer is you literally get to drive whatever car you want every day. Like, oh, I want to drive a truck today. Okay, let's just grab that truck off the front. You want to drive a motorcycle? Ride the motorcycle. Whatever you want, you could just slap a plate on it. You don't have to register. You don't have to insure it. That's the funnest part about being a car dealer. So I really look forward to that. Looking forward to some decompression. Yes, I feel you. I feel like I'm going like a million miles an hour. My mind is constantly just. It's like no rest time. What's downtime? So Lori says, hey, Kevin, did you used to do Sunday live stream? Yes, I did used to do Sundays. Are Sundays still an option for you rather than Wednesday? Just curious. So the plan was to go back to doing Sunday and Wednesday. So I was going to go back to doing both once football season ended, but I happened to find a dealership location that I've been searching for a long time. I did not think this would happen, and it happened out of nowhere. And so yeah, my life literally everything that I had planned for my life just totally got flipped upside down. Now it's like every free second that I have has to go towards getting the business set up and finding cars and working on cars and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking what might work best from here out, at least for the time being, is I might just need to do random unplanned live streams. Of course, I've got a call here. I'm going to place you guys on chill for a second. This might be an important call, so just a minute, guys. I'll be right back. All right, that was random as hell. Somebody just called me and asked me if I have any cars for sale. I'm like, how did you get my number? Who is this? So that's a good sign. People are the vibes are already getting out there that I'm a car dealer. All right, back to the comments. I know I'm getting behind you guys. I appreciate you guys keeping the comments going today. That's what keeps me going longer on the live streams. Last week it was pretty damn slow, and I hate the dead air, so I love to be behind in the comments. It's a good thing. So I'm going to continue on, guys. Like I said, if you're new here, just be patient, guys. I will get to your comment. If you want to read through the comments, you can see where I'm at as far as responding. Okay, guys. So I'm going to start cruising through the comments a bit faster here. And where was I? Okay, so Deadlock says I was at 8 milligrams, got the 300 milligram shot. So yeah, within the first day or two, Deadlock or Seth, I think it was, within the first day or two, your bupe levels will peak. Okay, so you might feel a spike. You might feel that feeling that you used to get from your Suboxone when it would quote unquote kick in. And if that happens, don't think it's just going to stay that way. Just enjoy it if you can, or chill if you need to. Don't let it freak you out. Some people feel it, some people don't. So just something for people who are switching or just recently switched to Sublocade. It might happen, it might not. If it does, it's going to happen within the first 1 to 2 days, right? You'll feel a spike of medication. Don't let it freak you out. Just calm down. It'll pass. If it's too strong, it'll pass. Just try to lay down and relax or take a cold shower, whatever you got to do to get your mind off it. Some people like that feeling. Some people, it kind of scares them a little bit. So just something to be mindful of, guys, if you guys are getting your first Sublocade shot. Studied, worked at the hospital, but addiction was too strong. Taking a time out and will restart in 2 to 3 years. I love that. Lots of work to do, actual very hard time, but streams like this help very much. Yes, I did that same damn thing. So I applaud you for putting your life on hold if you're in the position to be able to do that, and work on your sobriety, guys. Sobriety is number one. The first time I started my car dealership in 2017, I was kind of new to Suboxone at that point, and I was flip-flopping back and forth from Suboxone to painkillers. And I went and got my Suboxone prescribed the right way, the way that hopefully everybody does. And it was Christmas Day. I just sold my buddy a car the night before, and I was driving his trade-in and stopped at a light. This lady slid right into me, right? Jacked my back and my neck up. What do you think happened? Of course, they gave me painkillers, and of course that restarted my flip-flop back to painkillers. And I just knew that I was not going to be successful running a car dealership if I was still messing around with opiate addiction, guys. I just knew it wouldn't work. So what did I do? I took a huge L, and I said, I need to put my sobriety first. And that's what I did. I closed my dealership, closed the doors, probably lost 5-10 grand for doing that. And I got on track with Suboxone and my counseling, and I never went back to painkillers since then. And that was probably one of the best decisions I ever made for my life. If I tried to push through, I actually have a friend who tried to push through his addiction. He was in active addiction, and he was running a pretty big dealership, and he was running it. It was his dealership. And let me just tell you guys, he screwed over so many people. I am amazed. I was just talking about him yesterday to a friend. I am amazed he's not in prison for at least 10 or 20 years, because he was scamming thousands of dollars from people, from many different people. He was selling cars he didn't even have, guys. It was crazy. I'm like, who does that? So I just knew I didn't want to have any crazy stuff like that going on while I'm trying to run a business. I need to really be focused if I'm going to run a business like that. So yes, I think that's great what you're doing. Put your life on hold if you're financially able to do so, and work on your sobriety, get that shit straightened out, and then go back and kill it. Yeah, great mentality for sure. So Lori said, I already read this comment earlier. She says she's bummed about canceling her doctor's appointment. Yeah, you'll find somebody else. It should be really easy to find. If you guys don't know, you can go to sublocade.com, put in your zip code, and it'll populate a list of people who can give you the Sublocade shot. There should be many doctors in everybody's area that can get them that. And just look at their reviews, right? Look at their reviews on Google. Make sure that they're a reputable doctor with decent reviews, and then call and schedule an appointment. Talk to them about Sublocade. Talk to them about the doses. Obviously, you want to know the transition doses. And yeah. I was on methadone for 7 years. What's up, Chris? Says I was on methadone for 7 years and switched to subs, but the subs were making me jittery for some reason. So I quit cold turkey. What? At 8 milligrams after 3 weeks on subs. I have been off subs for a year and 2 months. Holy shit, guys. So it's possible. It's possible. It's sure not possible for me to do that. That is mind blowing that you did that, honestly. Coming off of Suboxone cold turkey at 8 milligrams, if somebody out there does that and tries that and they succeed, you are a rare breed, my friend. There are not many people on earth that can do that and succeed and stay clean and sober. So super shout out to Chris. That's probably the comment of today's live stream so far. That makes me the happiest to see that comment right there. So that's proof, guys, that not everybody has to do the long, slow taper. Just most people have to do the long, slow taper. And there's only one way for you to find out, right? If you've got a couple weeks off work, maybe you can try to do what we call a test jump. You can test to see how it feels. How hard is it to cold turkey off with Suboxone? You'll find out if you've got time off work. Give it a shot, right? Some people, like Chris, were able to manage their way through it, and that's really, really impressive, especially if you didn't switch to kratom and then you're not still taking kratom. Because sometimes I hear people who switch from Suboxone to kratom and they're like, yeah, I got off Suboxone, but I'm taking kratom every day. It's like, so you're still on something that hits your opiate receptors. It's like now you got to come off that. So yeah, if you just literally brunt force your way through that with no kratom, or at least you're not on kratom now, then dude, that's literally almost a miracle. I could say that. It took me a full year to taper off subs and another year to stabilize. I feel great now every day. Yeah, Zach was on the highest dose of Suboxone I'd ever heard of. I think he was on 42 milligrams. So he tapered off like a boss, like a champ, steady as a rock, guys. If you're gonna taper off, do it steadily. Do it steadily, guys. Come in, land that plane slow at the last. You got to really slow that puppy down. Lori says, new patients. Oh, new patients. What? We're talking crap. Is that what you're saying on the doctor? Facts, Terry. You won't know either if you don't give it a shot. Keep the dream alive. There's something actually two of my buddies said to me recently. It's a quote. Obviously, a lot of people have heard this. Scared money don't make no money. And that really resonates with me for sure. Cause I'm like scared to buy cars and scared to pay people all this money that I have to pay to get my business. It's like, dude, it takes money to make money, dude. That's what this is. It's not like you just get money instantly. So yeah, I bought my first car today for the dealership. So hopefully I can start gaining some momentum. My goal is, and I'm trying not to overwhelm myself because I have so much paperworky stuff going. I'm just trying to buy at least one car per week for the next month or two. And then my probably ideal number of cars will only probably be like 10, 12 cars would probably be about perfect for me. Hopefully I can manage that on my own because I have really low overhead, right? And I'm just paying for these cars. I'm not doing loans for these cars. So I'm trying to keep everything as simple as possible. So I don't have to pay this person to pay that and borrow this and do like, I don't like that. I just want to do it simple as possible. That's why I was so thrown off by that electronic title. I'm like, no, I want the title in my hand today. I'm paying you the money right here. So I want the title today. But apparently in 2024, we go paperless. So Laura says, congrats, Kev. I missed the beginning, but sounds like you are on a new adventure. Yes, I'm starting a car dealership from scratch and I'm running it all by myself. So my stress levels are to the max, but it's good. It's good for me to push myself like this. It's been a while since I've felt these feelings of stress. So I'm trying to embrace it. Hopefully my body can get used to the stress levels, or at least the stress will start to dip, because once I get my dealer's license and everything's fully active and done and approved, then I can just focus on buying cars, right? And I don't have to focus on so many different things at once like I do now. Shits and Giggles, what's up? Says, I can't wait until let's see, the little heart thing's blocking. I can't wait till I'm on no meds at all. I want to be free. Yes, free. What are you on right now, Shits and Giggles? Oh, I was prescribed 100 microgram fent patches, Oxy for breakthrough pain, and Xanax 1 milligram 3 times a day. Pain meds for 16 years and benzos for 18. Damn. I had come off of Xanax cold turkey. What? Damn, man. You guys are freaking cowboys out there doing this shit cold turkey. That is crazy. Xanax cold turkey. Oh my God. I thought Suboxone cold turkey would be hard, but I would think that Xanax would probably even be harder. I've never really taken Xanax more than like once or twice in my life, but I've heard a lot of people say that the withdrawals are extremely hard. Zach says my year off subs on 2/23/24. So congrats to you for making it past the 1 year mark, Zach. That's badass, bro. Didn't even realize last week missed my own anniversary. Well, that's good though in a way. It's like you're not still constantly thinking about Suboxone all the time. Probably the only time you think about it is when you get on the live stream here with us, right? Is there anything that would make managing easier for you, Kev? Is there any things that would make... Man, that's a hard... I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't know, T. It's just like my brain is constantly being pulled in 1,000 directions. I was tapering off kratom, Alvis says, made it down to 7 grams and could stop. I was having complications with weight from it. I switched to Suboxone yesterday, taking the smallest amount possible. So far, 0.5. Let's see, where's the rest of his message? 0.5. That's the rest of your message? So what, you've taken half of a milligram? Is that what you're saying? So yeah, I think it's interesting going from kratom to Suboxone. I think people will say different things about that, right? I think it's not a bad idea. Ideally, if you could, you would just taper yourself off the kratom, right? But not everybody can do that because it's a really short acting. It's much like taking Loratab. It's a really fast acting plant medicine, right? Or drug or whatever you want to call it. So kratom half-life is really short. And that's why some people, they can't taper off because it happens so fast, right? So Suboxone's half-life is like 5 times longer than kratom. So it really slows things down. So yeah, some people would say, I have talked to a lot of people that have gone from kratom to Suboxone, and I've talked to some people who've gone from Suboxone to kratom, right? It's just like something different. But yes, that's good what you're doing. You just take the tiniest little tiny piece possible. Suboxone is a strong medication, so a little tiny bit will get you a long way with withdrawals. So keep those doses as low as possible, and you should just be all right. Remember, the higher you go with Suboxone, the higher you got to come back down. No, I already read that earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, tapering kratom is difficult. Yeah, but there are many people that can do it, right? Oh, we got 20 people in here, guys. It looks like we got a bunch of new people in here today. So guys, if you could please smash the like button, I would appreciate you. And it looks like we're at 13 likes, but we've got 21 people in here. So we're way short on likes today, guys. Please, 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 guys, if you can smash the thing that looks like this big old hand right here, I would appreciate it. You got that grease? Still got my greasy stuff? No, I got most of it. Right before I got on, I had all this grease right here. I was like, I'm not going to get on there looking like that. Also, I'm going to take a minute to go ahead and thank the sponsors of the past 7 days, guys. These are the people who financially support this channel, and you see them scrolling across the bottom. So shout out to the sponsors of the week. And those people are KG Smith was the sponsor of the week. Shout out to KG Smith. She's not in here right now, unfortunately. She usually always is. Super shout out to Lori O. And Jill is not in here either. And Not Going Bananas. Your donations, guys, are what make it possible for this channel to grow. You guys know that YouTube does nothing for channels like this, hopefully by now. Also, if you value this channel and you would like to show your support, you can do so at the Venmo or the Cashapp links that are on the screen now, or a super chat or a super sticker on the live or the replay crew. Shout out to the replay crew if you're watching this on the replay. Anything and everything is very, very thankful for everybody who has contributed to this channel in the past. Like I said, guys, we've been doing these live streams every single week, same time, same place for 2 years straight. So I appreciate each and every one of you who has contributed to this channel. Thank you, baby. All right, back to the comments we go. Where was I? 21 people in here, guys. Awesome stuff. Let us know what you guys are going through. If you're struggling, if you're having success, if you have questions about tapering, kratom, Suboxone, Sublocade, anything like that, guys. There's a group of people in here with very similar experiences. And remember, guys, that we're all family here. No judgment. If you're struggling with alcohol addiction, speak up. Talk to us about it. You will find support in this community, guys. This is a safe space. We don't tolerate people disrespecting anybody. Yeah. So just wanted to say that. Oh, there I see KG Smith in the house now. Just saw her. What up, KG Smith? Good to see you stopping in here, girl. I appreciate you being the sponsor of the week last week. You are incredible as always. KG, if you have any updates with us, KG is on the Butrans patch, guys. And I bet most of you have never even heard of that. And what that is, it's a once a week bup slash, or you could call it Suboxone patch in a way, because that's the active ingredient in Suboxone is bup. So it's only for people who have tapered down to a low dose, and it's just a patch you simply change out once a week. And what that does is helps get you used to the stability, right? Just like Sublocade, your levels are really stable. You don't have the ups and downs like you do with Suboxone due to the long half-life. Okay, so you guys can, if you're interested, and if you've had success tapering yourself down to a low dose of Suboxone, let's just say down to 1 milligram or 1.5 milligrams, then you might talk to your doctor and see if possibly they can get you set up to switch over to the Butrans patch, and that'll really smooth things out for the last bit of your taper. I've made a couple of videos about Butrans patch. Also, Doc Chris Park, shout out to him. He's got a couple of videos on the Butrans patch on YouTube as well. So go check those videos out if you're interested in that. If you have any questions about Butrans, feel free to shoot them in the comments. I'm sure KG will gladly respond to any questions you guys might have about that. Where the heck was I? Oh, wow. I'm way off there in the comments here. Zoinks! I don't know, Scoob. Let's see. Yeah, but back to what you asked earlier, Tara, or T, sorry. Yeah, if you have any, if any of you guys have any tips on like how to manage your stress or your anxiety or that little devil on your shoulder telling you that you can't do it, you're going to fail, any pointers you guys have, please feel free to share them with us. Feel free to share them with us. You have great self-awareness, Kevin. Way to kick that negative self-talk to the curb. Yeah, it's literally like you got a picture like a little devil on your shoulder. That's what I've had to do. And I keep catching it. If you catch it soon, then it's not going to do much damage, right? But if you sit there and let that little devil keep chirping your shoulder, talking shit, bringing negative vibes into your ear, then you can really have a bad day. But if you pretend that that's an actual being on your shoulder and you flick that fucker off and talk shit, tell it to go away, go pray if you need to, if you want to, and things will be a lot better for you a lot faster. Or go do something for somebody else. Get your mind off of that negativity. Just basically cause like a pattern interruption, right? With the negative vibes, because man, I think it was Sunday. It was just constant in my ear. You were not going to do this. Is not going to work. You better shut this shit down right now. Like it was bad. I called a few people, a few business savvy people, and they got me out of that funk, and they spoke some wisdom in my ear, and I was like, all right, we good. Sometimes it's just like it gets a little heavy and just a lot of stress. So I'm trying to manage the stress a lot better, and that will really help my day today. So, hi, I'm on 8 milligrams, one strip. I was on 16 milligrams. What's the best way to taper to finally get off these? I'm ready. Thanks. So awesome. Thank you for posting that question. So if you've tapered down to 8 milligrams, awesome job. Just a quick, and remember guys, I don't give medical advice. I can't give medical advice. So always speak with your doctor and see what they think about your ideas. But for what many people would do, it would look something like this. If you're on 8 milligrams and if you're steady on 8 milligrams, like meaning you've been on that dose for at least a few days, you would go down to 6 milligrams, right? And you would chill at 6 milligrams for probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, whatever it took. Sometimes it's faster for people. Sometimes it's slower. Sometime around 3 to 7 days. Then you go down to 6 milligrams. And then from 6, you'd probably go down to 4 milligrams. And then from there, you kind of slow things down, right? Maybe go down to 3 milligrams. Obviously, every time you go down to the next milligram, you need to stop and you need to let your body adjust to that dose. So you're at 3 milligrams for a week or 2, whatever it is, however long it takes. Then maybe go to either 2 or 2.5 milligrams, right? Then once you're at 2 milligrams, then you would go down to 1.5 milligrams. Steady there for a couple weeks, probably a few weeks, right? Then go down to 1 milligram. Stay there for 3, 4, or 5 weeks, whatever it ended up being. Okay, then you really slow down. Once you get down to the 1 milligram mark, you really got to slow this down. Lori can vouch for this. She tried to cut her dose in half when she was on, I think, 1 milligram, if I can remember right, Lori. She went from 1 milligram or 2 milligrams to 1, or it was like 1 to half. when you get down to those low doses, guys, do not cut your doses in half. You will pay the piper for doing that. And your withdrawal will start to kick in and it'll freak you out. And then you'll have that little devil saying you can't do this. So once you get down to 1 milligram, you really need to slow things down. Pretty much once you're down to 1 milligram, you could count on at least 3 to 6 months to finish tapering off from there. So once you're at 1 milligram and you're stabilized, go down to 0.75 milligrams, hang out there for a month or two, then go down to half of a milligram, hang out there for a month or two, and then really, I would suggest not jumping off any higher than a quarter of a milligram. Some people have done it off of half of a milligram. I remember Kimmy jumped off of a half of a milligram and she made it. But it's still pretty damn hard, guys. I tapered all the way down to a quarter of a milligram, and even at a quarter of 1 milligram, fucking tiny little piece, it still had a withdrawal, right? So I think getting down and staying at a quarter of a milligram for a few months. And I know, guys, this probably sounds crazy. If you haven't had experience tapering, you're probably like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But trust me, I've talked to thousands of people on this channel over the last 5 years. And some people can do it. You might be able to speed through it faster than that, but most people, if you're at 8 milligrams, you might want to plan on about a year, 6 months to a year to taper yourself off, unless you can handle some suffering. If you want to just take the suffering and get it over with, you could do that. But I always say on this channel, guys, when it comes to getting off Suboxone or Kratom or painkillers or whatever, you can pay with either time and tapering, or you can pay with suffering. You got to choose what's right for you. So you could cold turkey tomorrow, you'll live through it, but you're really going to be suffering for about probably a month. Shout out to 27 people up in here, guys. Hopefully everybody smashed the like button by now. If not, I would please request if you could bang that baby. Some new people in here today, guys. I really love seeing some new people in here. If you're in here ghost listening, please, guys, please say hello. We won't bite. We're all friendly here. And if somebody is not friendly, or if somebody's talking shit to somebody in the comments, I've got some awesome moderators who will take them out. We don't mess with that crap. Everybody's respectful here. And yeah, I just don't want you guys to feel like you can't say nothing. I know there's a lot of people that just tend to chill and ghost watch. And yes, guys, I'm way behind the comments, so I need to start speeding up here. So Lori says, don't let that imposter syndrome creep in. You are going to do awesome. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys with the sweet comments and the motivating comments. Yeah, if you guys have any motivational quotes, feel free to share them. Or if you have something you could say to me to help me in these times that I struggle in with the stress, if you have something that really helps you guys, please share them with me, because the more knowledge I have in my brain, the more tools that I have to succeed, the better, right? So Zach says, shit, G, I took about a year tapering from 32 to 40 milligrams a day to 0, but went from 32 down to 0 in the first 2 months. That was the easy part. Yeah, guys. So going from 40 milligrams down to 2 milligrams, that's phase 1 or step 1 of Suboxone tapering. Going from 2 milligrams to 0 milligrams, that's phase 2. So that's when shit gets real, is when you get down to about the 2 milligram mark and below, right? You can make a lot of progress from the higher numbers. If you're on 40 milligrams a day, you could go down to 30 milligrams a day and probably not even notice it, right? It's pretty damn easy to taper down due to the ceiling effect of the medication, right? You all hopefully know that anything above 16 milligrams really does pretty much nothing as far as science says. Let's see here. I'm feeling relief from the taper. This is such a nice community. Yes. Yeah. I'm glad you found this channel. I'm glad that you're enjoying this. For people who are going through withdrawal or tapering, there's probably 100 other Wednesday live streams that you guys can watch on the replay crew. If you're bored, if you need something to occupy your time and just kind of talk you through things, you can listen to it on 2x to get through, because a lot of my live streams are 3 hours long. And so if you want to chop that down to an hour and a half, turn the settings to 2x and you can get through my replay crew real quick. So if you guys are bored when we end the stream and you need some more, you want to talk and hear about more other people's situations. And I've interviewed a whole bunch of people on this channel. I've interviewed numerous doctors. I've interviewed numerous people with Kratom. I've interviewed numerous people about Sublocade and what their experience was with Sublocade. I've interviewed many people about Suboxone. I've talked to people about alcoholism, go through my list, guys. There's a lot of videos you guys can check out if you're new to the community. I put a lot of work in for this community over the past 5 years. So I'm glad that you guys are finally finding us here on the YouTube. Welcome to the Kickin' Addiction YouTube family. Good to see some new people in here today. Continuing on. All right. So Zach says 2 milligrams to 0 took me 8 months and I couldn't go any faster than I did. I was pushing hard. So right there, guys, from 2 milligrams to 0. And I saw Zach going through the whole thing. He documented it on his YouTube channel. You guys feel free to go check him out. All you got to do is type in his name right there and it'll pop right up. So he went from 2 milligrams to 0 milligrams in 8 months. That's how long it takes a lot of people, most people, to do that final taper, right? And he was very tedious with it. People are finding you already. That's amazing. I want to buy a cargo van for travel from you someday. Yes, that would be awesome. That would be really awesome. You could fly up here to Utah and drive that baby home. Yeah, maybe on my car channel, I might start posting some cars that I have for sale on that channel. So if you guys are interested, feel free to check it out. There's a link to that car channel in the description. And I have a lot of random car and motorcycle videos on that channel. So if you guys are bored, you want to see what my life looks like outside of this talk, go feel free to check out that channel. Zach says, you could totally do it. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. You the man, you the man. Let's see here, 32 to 4 milligrams of Suboxone. That's over 4 strips. I'm a little confused. Yeah, that's what he was taking. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who take a lot. Joe is still taking 3 or 4 strips every single day. He has a channel too, Joe Catania. I haven't seen an update for him for a while. Yes, he used to take 4 to 5, 8 milligram Subutex per day. Yep. Sorry, guys, I'm so far behind in the comments. I'm going to start just hitting the comments that need my direct response from here. Let's see. Does Subutex and Suboxone come in the same milligrams? That's a good question. I think it does. Yeah. Zach says, yes, it comes in the same 2 milligrams and 8 milligrams. And yeah. So also Suboxone, they have 4 milligrams and 2 milligrams, right? And I think they used to have 6, but I don't know if they have 6 milligrams anymore. Good question. All right, where am I at? 313. Okay, so I'm about 20 minutes behind in the comments, guys. I'm going to start speeding up here. Okay, so T's going live after me. I say, but not for and early. I'll go on around. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of a heads up there today, T. Sorry about last week. I just had so much to do. She's like, damn, he kind of ended that shit abruptly. I was like, I just got too many things going on to where I don't want to just sit on here if nobody has any questions or comments. So yeah, if it chills out like that in the future, I'll probably just wrap it up and I don't want to drag it out if we don't have interaction. So today we have good interaction. So this might be a longer stream. You sound like me. I was on a handful of meds and I'm on 0 now. You will be free soon. Yes. Awesome mindset right there. Rach, what up, girl? Good to see you in here. Rach, if you could let us know, how is Brixadi working out for you? Rachel recently switched from Sublocade shot to Brixadi. Rach, how's that working out for you? And what's your thoughts, Rach, if you had to go back to dosing yourself every day with Suboxone? How would you feel if somebody told you, hey, we can't do this anymore, you got to go back to Suboxone every day? What's your feeling about going back to that, Rach? Let us know. KG Smith in the house. KG, shout out to you for being the sponsor of the week once again. I appreciate you, girl. Hopefully she was able to post some comments. I haven't got to her comments yet. If she did make some, let me see. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of comments. I need to start catching up here. Xanax benzo withdrawal is awful. Yeah, guys, I've never gone through that. So that's probably next level shit. And I would be afraid. Operation Crossroads. What up? Dang, Zach, I'm so proud of you. Way to put that hard work in, getting 1 year. Yeah. And he's being Mr. Dad and he's running his business. And man, I know that dude works like hell. And that's something that my landlord now, he owns the business next to me. He's like a steel worker. I don't know what you call them. He builds hand railings, stuff like custom stuff like that. Man, that guy just gets shit done. I'm like, I want to be like that. So I'm really glad that my landlord is who he is. I've got a really good feeling about him and his wife. I met them both. And just it motivates me to see somebody so passionate and just so getting shit done, right? It's like, I want to be more like that. I don't want to be putting shit off. I just want to be bam, bam. Something needs to get done. I'm going to do it right now. Get it done. Putting shit off, doing my taxes the very last second. Like, I don't want to do that shit anymore. I want to just handle shit. I want to run this shit. Hey, pretty ladies, how are you? KG says, good, Meg. I didn't sleep for almost a week. I laid in bed feeling my heart pound and everything looked like glass. My vision was weird. I was just trying to not have a heart attack. Yeah, that does not sound fun at all. Yeah, so I'm not laughing at you, but it's really that's really impressive that you did that. I think Mama Cindy, she cold turkeyed off, I think 16 milligrams, if I can remember right. She told us about that a while ago. And man, there's just some people that would take a ton of emotional strength to get through that, because it feels like it's never going to end. And when you're just sitting there suffering all day and all night and you can't get sleep, it's like you're being tortured alive. It sucks. So, damn. My cousin opened up his own used car dealership too. He does everything himself as well. He actually lives in the shop as well. It's big enough, but he's busy. Yeah, I actually lived in my dealership last time too. I had an RV I parked inside the garage. I lived inside an RV for a year, guys. That was a really fun experience to do that. And just thinking about how much money I was saving on rent, it was more than worth it. And my RV was freaking sick. I don't know if you guys remember, I made a video somewhere along the way. It had like a 50-inch fireplace, 2 big screen TVs, a king size bed. I mean, it was nice. So it's not like I was, roughing it, but I could say I lived in a camper for a year. That was a really fun experience. Yeah, I could possibly move to my shop, if I don't know. It just really depends on what happens, but it would be nice to not have to pay $2,000 a month to live in this townhouse that I'm in, because that's a freaking scam. And the way that everything's going, it kind of sounds like house prices and rents might keep going up. So good Lord, like, when does it stop, man? When does it freaking stop? Does it ever stop? Jesus. I was in a car accident and got pinned under the dashboard. And after bilateral knee replacements is when I plan to get off the pain meds. Oh my God. I'm so happy I was able to do it. Well, I'm so happy that you're still alive here to talk about that. That sounds really intense. You survived. You lived to fight another day. I do have some tips, but I'm driving, so I'm going to have to either come back and put it in the chat or put it on the comments for the replay. Okay, Rach, I appreciate that. Please do so. Meditation helps me a lot in finding people with the same issues. Yes. Yeah. For me, reaching out to other business friends of mine, I have a lot of friends who own their own businesses. It's funny, I was kind of thinking on all the people who I know in my real life who are really successful. And of course, every one of them owns their own business, right? Like, I don't know any rich ass people that drive Uber like I was doing. So it's just like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with driving Uber. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. And it can pay some bills, but you're grinding for that money. You are fucking grinding. And your car is grinding too. I kind of miss Uber. You know what's funny, guys? Uber called me today. They're like, oh, yeah, we're just trying to see what's going on. You haven't been driving at all. I'm like, yeah, bitch. Start my own business. Trying to make money off me? You want to buy a car? Yeah, Uber literally called me today and they asked me why I'm not driving anymore. Because you don't pay me enough, son. I've never owned a business before 2014, so taking it on a thought, I thought was going to lose my mind to pull my hair out. Yeah. Yeah, especially the first, 6, 12 months. That's always the hardest, I think. Just getting everything going and getting used to filing tax forms and all this bullshit you got to do. Oh, I hate that part of it. I hate the paperwork part. If I could just buy cars and sell cars, that would be great. But all the little paperwork pieces that got to go along with it. Practice calm breathing and positive self-talk. Yes, the breathing exercises. Speaking of that, T, I'm still waiting for that meditation video. T has a really kind, soft voice, and I think that she would be awesome at making a meditation video. Hopefully she can try that out. I think that would be a good fit for her. Let's see here. I've been going through some horrific withdrawals. The best thing you can do is plan your detox out when, where, and how much, and it's easier. Yeah, guys. And also, it's something I've thought about all the different possibilities to try to help. I had a huge list one time. I might still have it somewhere, of all the different things that I could do when I was going into withdrawal, when I was in withdrawal, to just try to do whatever I could to help make it easier. Like I thought about the season. What time of year is it? What time of year do I really struggle? For me, it's the summer months when it's super, super hot. And also the winter when it's getting dark at 4 p.m. and it's ice cold outside. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, it needs to be either in the spring or the fall, like when the emotions, your natural endorphins are really going good. And, if you can time the season right, it's just that something else that might help you get over that edge, right? Like I thought all the way about all the different things. It seems to me that substrips from the light of the darkness. What's up? Says, thanks for joining. Says, it seems to me that substrips for not cover as long as I remember the butte pills doing in the past. I don't know if I understand your comment. Seems to me it's substrips. I'm going to take a guess at what you're trying to say here. Are you saying that Suboxone doesn't last as long? Let's see. The strips do not last as long. Yeah, I don't understand what you mean there. But Suboxone, the half-life of Suboxone strips and pills should be about the same. Somewhere around 33 hours it takes for half of that medication to run through your blood. Now I'm not scared to have a business, but before it was just too much and it felt like everything was happening overnight. Freaky for sure. But I know that you have this no matter what you have to. You have to know that you have it. And if you don't know it yet because you have anxiety and you are scared, you have to fake it until you make it. It is so important. I can't stress it enough. Yeah. So just fake it till you make it, right? Another big thing I've been having to realize is that when I feel a great sense of like overwhelm, when I feel that way, like, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. I literally have to just break it down. What can I do in this moment today? What can I do today to get closer to the end goal? If I think about the totality of everything, that really freaks me out because there's a lot of work that has to be done from here. So it's not something I can just do in a day. So I just have to focus on, can I do something in this moment to get me closer towards my license being done, right? She says, I hope this makes sense because I can't proofread before I hit send with my voice chat. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I think I got you, girl. I think I got you. I appreciate that. And be careful. Be careful driving. I know you said you're driving, so please be careful. So Lori said, yeah, she went from 1 milligram to a half of a milligram, and that's way too much and too fast. Yeah, and she didn't. I remember when she first found this community, she didn't understand why it was so hard, and I was like, well, you cut your dose in half. You got to go slower than that. But yeah, I know. What dose are you at right now, Lori? If you could let us know where you're at now. I just started the Butrans patch and I love it. What? Are you for real? Hey, look at that. KG, we got another Butrans person up in here. That is awesome. You don't matter. You do matter. Can you let us know some important information? You don't matter. Are you still here? If you could let us know. I think this was about 15 minutes ago. This person posted that. I'll watch for it in the live comments. So you don't matter. If you could please let us know what dose of Suboxone you taper down to and what dose of Butrans patch did they start you on, and how was that? Like, was it enough? Was it too much? Was it not enough? How was your transition from Suboxone to the Butrans patch? Please let us know that information if you're still here. Awesome stuff to hear that somebody else out there other than KG is using the Butrans patch. I love to hear that. Julie, what's up, Julie? I'll get to your comment in just a moment here. Good to see some new people in here, guys. KG says, yay. Yeah, I hope you're still in here. You don't matter. Please respond to us if you can give us some information. We'd love to hear it. There's not many people, guys, that we've heard. Not many people here in the States that have experience using the Butrans patch. It seems like it's mostly people in the UK or Australia or wherever that is over there. Seems like they use that a lot more over there. And the other thing about faking it till you make it is if you are worried and let that little devil win and you are unsure of it, you can do it. Unsure if you can do it, clients will smell that. Boo. Don't let it take over. Yeah, they'll see that I'm kind of unsure about everything. Like, yeah, no. Every time I feel like anytime I'm dealing with a customer, like I've got that confidence about me, right? And I know cars inside and out, so I can answer any questions. And since I have a mechanic background, that really, I think having my background, because I know a lot of my friends who are car dealers, and none of them have the mechanical background that I do. So I really think that I've got the tools and the knowledge to really do good with this. I have a lot of connections in this area. I've got a lady at the bank that can do loans for me. I've got people who do emissions inspections. I got people who do paint work. I got people who do who can build signs. I got everything. Window tint, car detail. I got everything out here, guys. I know a lot of people in this area, so I feel like I have all the tools that I need to succeed, thankfully. And who knows what's the saying, guys? Third time's a charm. This is my third time starting this car dealership, so hopefully, knocking on wood here, this is the time that it really sticks and I can really make some good progress. So hope you guys can root me on as I'm going, because I'm going to be working my ass off for the next few years at least. KG says, well said, Kev. Thanks, KG. I'm glad to see you're able to be up in here with us today, KG. I still don't see a response from You Don't Matter. You Don't Matter. Are you still in here? Let us know if you could respond to my question I had for you. I would love to get some more information on the Butrans patch. That would be awesome. I'm slowly catching up to you guys in the comments. I'm about 15 minutes behind. So I appreciate you guys for continuing to keep the conversation going. And I appreciate you guys being patient with me on being so far behind the comments. I do it intentionally, guys. I do it intentionally. So Shits and Giggles says, I think I'm going to choose time and tapering. Yes, I think that's a good, it could really depend on your life. Is I think a lot of what this comes down to. If you want to choose taking time and tapering yourself slowly off Suboxone, or if you've just got nothing going on, if you don't have kids, if you don't have a business you have to run, if you're literally just down on your life and you want to just get through this as fast as possible, maybe you could try the cold turkey stuff, right? But I definitely don't. And remember, guys, I'm not a doctor. I don't give medical advice. This isn't medical advice, but I don't think anybody who hasn't been off of street drugs for at least a year, guys, if you don't have at least a year off of fentanyl or opiates or whatever you were taking, I don't think it's a good idea to get off Suboxone. Obviously, talk to your doctor, but I think Suboxone is the cheapest life insurance an opiate addict can get. It is dirt cheap and it freaking works, guys. Yes, Suboxone has a lot of side effects. Yes, Suboxone is a motherfucker to come off. We all hopefully know that by now. But yes, Suboxone saved my life, and Suboxone saved many, many people who watch this channel's life. There's a group of people who have made it on past Suboxone, and they many of them feel kind of hatred towards Suboxone, and I get it, guys. It can kind of take a lot out of you for some people, right? But you have to remember, guys, that you're alive to fight another day. You're alive to taper. Some people do great on Suboxone, and they want to stay on it for the rest of their lives. Shout out to them. That's great, right? They don't want to have to worry about relapsing, and they feel like Suboxone keeps them safe. And that's okay, guys. If that's you, that's you. It is what it is. Don't let another person judge your recovery, because everybody's paths are different. Everybody's chemicals in their brain are different. Do what you got to do. If you're on Suboxone and you hate the way you feel, then obviously talk to your doctor about tapering off, right? Or switching to the Sublocade shot if you have the insurance that will pay for it. Whew, your boy is going off today. Really enjoy these conversations with you guys. You guys really, this community means a lot to me, and the friendships that I built through YouTube over the years, and people that have made their own channels and watching them post videos and sharing their updates, it's really meant a lot to me. So I do appreciate each and every one of you guys who've rocked with me for the last 5 years on this channel, 5 years or 6 years, whatever the hell it is. It's been a fun ass ride, guys. And I just want to say thanks to everybody for joining me on this long ass journey that we've all gone through. I'm getting a shot in the middle of March. It's ordered. I'm at 3 to 4 milligrams once daily. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us, Matt. Welcome to the crew here. So you're going to be joining the Sublocade gang. So, okay, did you talk to your doctor about what dose of Sublocade he's going to start you on? Because if you're at 3 to 4 milligrams, you're kind of in the between zone, right? Because the 100 milligram shot might be enough for you. The 300 milligram shot might be a little bit much for you. You're kind of in that zone. You're right where I was at. So if you didn't know, I'll give you guys a quick recap of my Suboxone / Sublocade journey. I started, I was on, God, it's been so long. Let me think back. So I was on 1 milligram of Suboxone, and that was too low for my doctor. I told him, I was like, just give me the 100 milligram shot. I'll be good. He's like, explain to me why you think that's a good idea. So I told him, I told him all the reasons that I thought that wasn't a good idea to do what he wanted to do. And I said, he's like, how about you go up to, God, I don't remember what it was, guys. It was 3 to 4 milligrams, I think, right where Matt's at. And he gave me half of the 300 milligram shot because I didn't want the full 300 milligram shot. I thought it would be a little bit too strong for me, and it would have been. It doesn't mean it wouldn't have worked, but I get kind of panicky if I feel too much medication. It kind of scares me a little bit, right? So I went from 3 to 4 milligrams like Matt is on, and I went to half of the starting dose that most people start on, which is he literally just ordered the 300 milligram shot and just squirted half of it out and gave me 150 milligrams. And it was about the perfect dose, I thought. So good to see some new people in here asking some questions, sharing with us what you guys are going through. Looks like we've seen like almost 5 or 10 new people in here today. So I appreciate you guys finding this community. It's always good to see some new people up in here. But I don't see that individual about the Butrans patch. It looks like they must have took off. So I tried to catch him, KG. KG, if you see somebody comment about Butrans, or if anybody else in here sees a comment about Butrans in the future, if you could please ask them that information that I did. So that way, because you guys know how I roll. I'm usually 15 minutes behind in the comments, and usually by the time I get to their comment, they're gone. So I really want to hear from you guys. If you're watching this on the replay crew, if you have any experience with Butrans, or if you know somebody who did, please post a comment. Let us know how that worked. What were the doses? The transition doses are the main thing that I want to hear. Casey, what up, girl? Says, hey guys, I'm ghost listening. Laugh out loud in and out of my office. Thanks for being here with us. As always, Casey. Good to see you. How did you feel while tapering and jumping off? Was it difficult? Yes, it was difficult. Yeah, it's hard, guys. Tapering Suboxone, it's hard, right? But if you've got some willpower and some dedication, you can definitely do it. If you just kind of want to get off Suboxone, guys, you're probably not going to have success. I'll just be honest with you. You really have to want to get off of Suboxone. You can't just kind of want it, guys. You really have to have your why, right? Some people have to get to a point to where they kind of hate Suboxone for them to get the willpower and the dedication that it takes to get off and taper off, right? Some people have to take it there, and that's okay if you do, but just be mindful that there are a lot of people who watch this channel who enjoy the Suboxone experience and what it's doing for their recovery, right? So we just all have to keep in mind that not everybody is ready to get off Suboxone. Some people are, and that's great. Yeah, just everybody's on their own path, right? Embrace the pain. It's the only way to grow on every level. Love that. Good to see you still in here, brother. I didn't hear anything about the methadone. If you could give us an update on that, I would like to hear how the methadone stuff is going, brother. Does anybody know anything about the Bupe lawsuits with losing your teeth, etc.? Yes. Yeah. If you just do a Google search for Suboxone teeth lawsuit or something like that, it'll pop right up and it'll tell you about it. You have to have basically proof that your teeth were fine before you started on Suboxone. And you also have to have proof that you went to your cleanings and took care of any cavities that you had. So yeah, it's going to be pretty challenging to get in on that lawsuit, I think, unless you have a pretty stout dental history. Also, if you don't want to do BNI or something, BNI, what's BNI? Are you comfortable getting into some sort of networking group? I don't even know what BNI is, Rach. BNI. I tried one with lawyer Casey. They told me I wasn't a candidate, which is ridiculous because I'm paying so much money to get my teeth fixed at the moment, but I'm going to try someone else. Wow, I'm getting further behind the comments. All right, time to start speeding up here, guys. I felt absolutely horrible the whole time I tapered. Then when I jumped off, the first 5 days were the worst, but it started slowly getting better every day, every hour. I was supposed to take 2 strips a day, but I would forget that second strip. That's why I only take 1 strip now. I didn't notice missing the second strip. Yeah, guys, when you're on the higher doses, you can almost just chop your dose pretty damn low. That's one instance where you could probably cut your dose in half is when you're on the higher doses. But once, like I said, once you get below 2 milligrams, you really got to slow down the taper. But yeah, getting down to 4 milligrams, it's usually most people can do it. And it's a big improvement in your life. If you've been struggling with constipation or feeling isolated from a lot of people and you're on a high dose of Suboxone, those things can go hand in hand. Some people have said on this channel that they feel like Suboxone hinders their connection with God, right? And that's a valid point that some people might have. And if you feel like you're in that, it could help to taper, right? You can start to feel whatever connection that you might have been missing that might start coming back to you. I know for me, I would feel that good things would start happening the lower my dose got. I don't know why, that coincidence or what, but I did notice that for sure. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. I tapered all the way down to 0.25 milligrams, which is 1/1200th of an 8 milligram pill, a tiny speck you can barely see. Yeah, Zach tapered down to a crumb of a crumb of a crumb, guys. And he still had a little bit of a withdrawal. So all right, I need to scroll faster here. Scrolling. Keep these doggies scrolling. We got 25 people in here, guys. Let me check the likes real quick here. Baby. All right, so we've got 26 likes and we've got 24 people, guys. If we can get that baby over 30 real quick, I would appreciate it. And like I said, it'll let other people find this channel like the other new people did here today. They found this channel probably because you guys smashed that like. So if you guys could bang that pretty quick here, I'd appreciate y'all. Back to the comments we go. Casey says I take 24 milligrams, but some days 16. I won't withdraw from missing that 8 milligrams. Yeah, no, you won't. Nope. T says, I think asking for help is helpful. Laugh out loud. When I've got a lot going on, asking for help lightens my load. You know what? Now, talking about lightening your load, buying that van today and getting the paperwork all done, I feel a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. Like, all right, we got a car. We got a car that we can make some money on here. That, like, thinking about having a load on my shoulders, that really feels good. Like just thinking about, I haven't thought about that till in this moment right now. It's like, that's a big thing. And I was actually talking with somebody last night. I was like, I know once I buy my first car, I think a lot of my stress will fall off. And it has. And tomorrow I get to pick up my sign and I'm going to go put my sign on my building tomorrow, snap a picture, print out the picture, and then go turn in this freaking stack of paperwork that I have to the Motor Vehicle Enforcement Division. And then they get to come do an inspection on my business. So it should easily pass that inspection. I've already had 2 inspectors come through there. So yeah, and we just had the first sponsorship of today's live stream. You guys know who it is, KG Smith, who is already the current sponsor of the week. Shout out to KG Smith. She dropping the sponsor bomb up in here. Let's fire up the jet for KG Smith. Here we go, baby. Oh shit. KG dropping that sponsor bomb, baby. Boom. KG sends a $40 Cash App donation. Shout out to you, KG. She says, "Thank you for all you do, my friend," with a heart. Well, thank you for sponsoring today's live stream with that sponsorship, KG. Appreciate the love, girl. She's been a very consistent sponsor of this channel, a financial sponsor of the channel. So I truly do thank you, KG, for everything that you have done for this channel. Not just here in the comment section and sharing your experience, but with everything financially, KG. My hat's off to you, girl. Really, really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. You little sweetie. Off sidetrack, KG. How's the hubby doing? Is he making any progress with that Loratab taper, or is he still chilling around 30 milligrams? Hey, not going bananas. You made it back in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks for sponsoring last week. I appreciate that. Good to see you stopping by here again. Good to see his name cracks me up. Let's see here. Where was I at? I want to go check out your stuff again just to see what each day was like for you, because I don't remember Zach. Yeah. Zach documented his taper for sure. So go check it out, guys. So Zach says, yeah, not much of a difference between 16 milligrams and 8 milligrams. It will get real after 2 milligrams. Yes, I 1000% agree with that. He says it hit hard at 1.6 milligrams per day for me. It got rough. Yeah, guys, you'll probably find, it seems like most people find it's like a rough spot in their taper to where they feel like they're stuck and they can't go any further. And that happens to all of us, guys. It seems like most people, it's somewhere between like half of a milligram and 2 milligrams. Somewhere in there, you might get jammed up on a dose and might think that little devil might start chirping in your ear that you're never going to get lower than this. You're screwed. You can't ever, you're stuck here forever. That might happen, guys. So if that happens, just identify that it's the little devil that's chirping in your ear and flick that fucker off your shoulder and just steady out on the dose and just put things on chill for a while, right? You just want to make sure that you don't go backwards and start boosting your dose up because you had a bad day, right? You can put your taper on hold, but just don't go backwards with it, guys, because that's how a lot of people end up getting stuck in the cycle. It happened to me many times. I would go way down and I would haul ass and rush my taper. I'd get down to a really low dose really fast. And then it's like, boom, it all kind of caught up to me. Then my doses start creeping back up. And it's like, bruh, you just did all that for nothing, right? So pace yourself, guys, and only go at your pace, because some people can cold turkey this shit and that's incredible, but most people need to taper and it's going to be different, guys. One person can taper way faster than another person. You just have to find out how your brain chemistry works, right? So you got to find out how it works for you. I highly encourage you guys to get like a little calendar notepad, take notes. What was my dose of Suboxone today? How did I feel at that dose? Could I have gone lower? Did it feel too strong? What are the side effects? Am I constipated? Is my sex drive messed up? Write this stuff down, guys. That way you can look back and you can notice the changes and how different you feel when you're tapering your doses, because things do change along the way. I can promise you that. Your testosterone will start to go higher the lower your dose gets. Your sex drive will start to go higher the lower your dose gets. Your constipation will get much better the lower your dose gets. It's all dose related. And shout out to Julie coming through with a $10 Cash App donation. Shout out to you, Julie, showing love up in here with the sponsor bomb. And here comes the jet. You better take cover, suckers. Oh boy. Drop that shit. Boom. Shout out to Julie coming through with a $10 Cash App donation. I appreciate the love, ladies. Shout out to the ladies coming through with 2 donations here today. We really do appreciate the love there, Julie. Julie, let's see here. Julie, what's your name in the chat? I don't see. Let's see. Right there. Julie commented a little bit earlier, or a little bit ago. She says, if anyone knows people in Miami, there's a lot of people in that area that watch this channel. She says, if anybody knows people in Miami, I would appreciate any help. Anyhow, I'm starting to taper. What is Butrans? So Butrans is basically a Suboxone patch, but it's only something. Let's see. Let me back up. So Butrans is basically a patch, a once a week patch of the medication that is in Suboxone, buprenorphine, right? They prescribe it generally for people who struggle with chronic pain, but people have used it to help get them off of the oral addiction of taking Suboxone, right? Because of the long half-life, it allows that to happen. And it really slows things down because most people, when they take their Suboxone, they get an effect from it, right? Most people, it's a burst of energy, or they get really relaxed and calm feeling. It's different for everybody, but it seems like most people get that burst of energy. And once you switch to Sublocade, which is the monthly shot, or Butrans, you don't get those highs and lows anymore. You're like this. You're stable 24/7 for the most part. But when you're on the oral stuff, especially like on something like Kratom, it's a really short half-life, right? So it kicks in real fast. It works really fast, and then it falls off really fast. It only lasts 2 or 3 hours, right? Really short time. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me see here. So Julie says she's tapering. So what dose are you tapering? What dose are you currently on, Julie? Let us know. Let us know. And thank you for sponsoring today. I appreciate that sponsor bomb. Very sweet and kind. And yeah, I appreciate that. Let's get back to the comments here, guys. I appreciate you guys showing love to the channel up in here, as always. Baby. Where'd I go? I know Suboxone comes in 4 milligram strips. Do you know? Oh, we got another sponsor bomb coming through. What happened here? Julie, you didn't just repeat that, did you? I don't know if my phone's messing up here or what, but I don't think she did that twice. Let's see here. Just hopping in. Oh, sorry. I was on this comment. I know somebody comes. Let's see. I know Suboxone comes in 4 milligram strips. Do you know if it comes in smaller doses? Yes, it absolutely comes in 2 milligram strips for sure. So you can talk to. You can actually have the pharmacist change you to the 2 milligram strips. Now, depending on your insurance, it could cost you quite a bit more because I think they don't adjust the price for the dose. I'm pretty sure they don't. It's just the same price for all of them. Just like Sublocade, it's the same for the 300 milligram shot, and it's the same for the 100 milligram shot, right? So I don't think the price changes much at all. So you want to call your pharmacist and ask them. Just say, hey, I'm on 4 milligram strips. Do you guys have the 2 milligram strips? I almost guarantee you they do. And they have them in generic too, so it could be a lot cheaper for you. They even make 2 milligram tablets too, if you guys didn't know that, and generic tablets as well. I'm not sure about strips, but I had to use a diamond scale to break mine down. Lori says I have 2 milligram strips. Yeah, guys, if your plan is to taper off Suboxone and you're still going to the doctor and getting a medication, as you get lower, have them transfer you to the 2 milligram strips. It will make a world of a difference. So you don't have to do what Zach did and break down an 8 milligram pill into a million little pieces and weigh them on a diamond scale. He literally did that. So if you can get your doctor to prescribe you 2 milligram strips, they have them in generics. It will help you a lot because you can, you see the strip, it's 2 milligrams. You can cut it into much smaller pieces very easily. And then you just put that under your tongue and you're off to the races. Woo! Boy, talking a million miles an hour up in here today. All right, take a breath. All right, let's see here. Boop, 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 boo. How far behind am I, guys? Oh my goodness, way behind. All right, I gotta really start. I know I keep saying this, but I really gotta start speedy scrolling. From here, I'm gonna try to stop on every comment I can, but you guys are starting to get away from me in the comments, and I appreciate that. All right, scrolling. So Rach says, if I had to get off the shot, I would go to the patches if possible. If that isn't an option for me, then I would set alarms and take my meds twice a day at the same time every day and try to stay as low as possible. Cindy says, I was at 24 milligrams. I remember your SUV. It was beautiful. Oh, you remember my RV? Yeah, I remember you seeing that video back then. That was a long time ago, guys. That was like 4 years ago. That's crazy. Cindy cold turkey to 24 milligrams, guys. That's a rare individual right there. Not many people on earth can handle that. Zach said, there's no way I could have done that. KG says, I would have passed away, Cindy, if I did that. Yeah, a lot of people feel the same, including myself. Like, man, like starting this entire business from scratch or cold turkeying from 24 milligrams of Suboxone. Trust me, I'm starting this business from scratch. I ain't trying to do no cold turkey high dose. That's rough. That is real rough. I didn't tell my doctor that I'm only taking one strip, so I'll get 60 a month. I must have 200 strips in my drawer. Yeah, a lot of people have done that, stockpiling stuff. Yeah, I get you. Well, at this point, you could probably just stop going then, right? Unless you're getting the counseling, then obviously you want to continue that. All right, scrolling. Julie says the excuses I'm getting. Oh, we don't use that here. That's for people in treatment. And the other place said we don't use it in Florida as of yet, with zero explanation. So I'm assuming that you're talking about the Butrans patch, right? Right, Julie? Yeah, guys. There's going to be a lot of doctors that they're not gonna understand really, because it's not the truth is that Butrans patch is not designed and it's not made for what we're trying to use it for, right? But that being said, it has helped a lot of people rewire their brain to get out of that I have to take something every day to feel normal, right? And it's literally just the same damn medication. Buprenorphine, however the hell you say that weird ass word. It's literally the same damn medication, just in a different form and a much slower acting form. So you don't have the highs and lows like you do with Suboxone. So yeah, it's definitely not going to be the norm for your doctor to let you take Butrans. It's something that you're going to have to kind of. It's just if you're cool with your doctor and they maybe you have some history together and just like, hey, these people online have tried this and it's worked for them and it's helped a lot of people. Can we try this? Right. So you might have to have some pain history on file maybe, or mentioned pain or something. I don't know. Talk to your doctor, guys, and just see what they say. They might just tell you that's not made for doing that. And it is what it is, right? Not every doctor will prescribe that, but if you're cool with your doctor and they're open-minded to, it's called off-label usage, right? It's not made for doing that, but people have done it. So if you've got a creative doctor or an open-minded doctor, but you just got to check in with your doctor because it's going to be different for everybody. Let's see here. Scrolling. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's a good point, Zach. Zach says Kevin has an old video of him cutting up strips in all different milligram sizes for his taper. Yep. Yeah, I have a video on Suboxone. You can easily find it if you're cutting your strips. Go check out that video. It's got like 10 or 20,000 views. How to cut Suboxone strips when tapering. Type that in and it'll pop right up. Rach says, absolutely take it by hour, Kev. Yeah, I don't want to get overwhelmed and think about the big picture because that's when I have that feeling of, oh God, like that scary feeling in your heart. It's like, oh my God, it's going to take forever. I love the idea of creating guided meditations on my channel. Thank you for the feedback, Kevin. Once things settle down, it will be a fun project to work on. Yes, I think you'll like it, and I think people that watch will like it as well, T, for sure. So hopefully things can settle down for you soon, girl, for both of us. Yeah, there's a bunch of us from Florida. Easy to get on subs here. Yeah. Yeah, Florida was like one of the major hubs for the opiate addiction pandemic and epidemic, whatever you want to call it, right? Pandemic. Lori says I'm at 0.75 milligrams right now. I don't want to go too much lower because I don't want the shot to be too much when I get it. Yeah, I almost wouldn't even go lower at all. Yeah, I mean, you might even want to get, I don't know, I wouldn't say go up with your dose, but your doctor might want to have you go up a little bit, Lori, before they give you. Definitely don't let them give you a 300 milligram shot at that because you're on a tiny dose of Suboxone, right? So definitely don't take the Sublocade shot at 300 milligrams. That would be way too ass backwards of a situation. Honestly, I wouldn't want to take any more than 100 milligrams, and even that might be a little high. If I was at 1 milligram, I'd probably want to do with the 100 milligrams. So Rach says, I know this is going to be it, Kev. The golden. The golden ticket up in there. I'd love to live in Florida. Went running this morning. It was 75 degrees. 3 hours later, it was 58. Wow. All right, where am I at? 420? Yep, I'm still not catching up with you guys. I got to go faster. First rule of sales, if you know your product, you can sell it. Just be yourself and you'll do great. Congratulations on your new adventure. Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely know my product, so that's one good thing. I feel like I'm a people person. I could talk to anybody. I could talk to a homeless person on the street. As you guys saw, I made a video about that on Thanksgiving. I could talk to anybody anywhere, and I mean, I had to do it every day on Uber, right? You get drunk ass people, and that was a hard one for me for sure, but I did it. You know, if I can get along and have a conversation with really drunk people and I'm trying to concentrate and drive them as they're yelling in my ear, spilling shit on my seats, then I feel like I can win anybody's heart over. Jimmy says, you're spot on there. I'm on my second 64 milligram Buvidal monthly dose. I was on 16 milligrams of Suboxone daily, and I'm done with it all. I ain't going back. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Yes, keep us in the loop on how your Buvidal shot goes, your Buvidal treatment. Let us know how that goes. Please give us updates if you have them going forward, because we don't have a lot of people yet on this channel who have experience with Buvidal. But it will grow. It will grow from here. I promise you guys, since it just barely hit the market here, like what, 4 months ago, 5 months ago? Great point about respecting other people's journey. We're all in different places, and that's a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. I think knowing that I have Suboxone here with me, the withdrawal won't be as scary because I know I can always take a piece. Yep, that's true. If withdrawal gets too bad, it's a mind thing too. Yeah, it's like a comfort. You know you're not going to run out, right? So KG says, Jeff's chilling at 30 milligrams. I was planning on decreasing the patch dose next week, but my shoulder has been awful. Yeah, I remember you were talking about that. It's still bugging you, KG? I start physical therapy Monday. Thank goodness. I need relief. Oh, I'm sorry you're still struggling, KG. That's sad. I hate picturing you suffering, girl. Hopefully they can get you all tuned up here soon, KG. And yeah, tell Jeff we're ready when he is to drop that down to 25 milligrams. We want to hear about it when he does. No pressure. No pressure. T posted a link to my car channel. So if anybody wants to check that out, guys, remember that on that channel, it's a totally separate world over there. I don't talk anything about addiction over there. So if you happen to graze over there to the car channel, keep it about whatever the video topic is. If you make a comment, just please keep it on topic with whatever's going on in the video. Cause like I said, it's two totally separate entities. Thanks for posting that, T. I appreciate that, girl. I think it's wonderful that you and Jeff are both prioritizing your well-being. I'm inspired by your relationship. Oh, I clicked on something. What the hell am I doing here, Sonny? Hey, Sonny. All right, I'm catching up to you guys now. Finally making some progress. We got 25 people in here. Woo! Smash that like button, guys. I'm really surprised that 25 people showed up here today because I literally just barely posted the link for today's stream like 2 hours before the stream. I almost wasn't going to make it. but I crunched the stuff I had going on today. I banged it all out and got it all done so I could be here with you guys today on this live stream. So if you guys appreciate me showing up here again, like I have been for the last 2 years, please, guys, please hit that like button so other people can find this. It does really help the channel if you guys smash the like button. It lets other people know that we're in here chilling. And just remember that you are all my babies. Copy that. Understood. I'd rather the shot, but I can't find a doctor in Miami. I've been given all kinds of excuses. 8 milligrams a day of subs. Okay, that is incredible. You should easily be able to find a shot. Doctors are not giving you. I thought you were talking about an excuse for the Butrans patch, but the Sublocade shot, it should be very easy, guys, in 2024, especially in Miami. You have got to be able to find a doctor that will give you the Sublocade shot. The first things first, though, guys, if you're considering Sublocade, you need to have insurance. First of all, if you don't have insurance, then you're likely not going to get on Sublocade unless there's a trial or something in your area. If you're unemployed, then you can get on state insurance and they'll pay for it for free, which is incredible. It's a $2,000 a month shot without insurance. So just a heads up, guys, if you guys don't know, Sublocade is a very expensive and way overpriced medication. So always, the first step is to call your insurance and make sure that they will cover Sublocade. And if they don't cover it all, find out how much they will cover. And if they only cover X amount, go check out the website. Grab a pen if you want to write this down. www.insupport, just like it sounds, insupport.com. It's basically a Sublocade copay website, right? They basically pick up the tab for whatever your insurance won't cover, and then it'll be zero cost to you. So I have no connection with that website. They're not paying me to say that. It's saved a lot of people on this channel who have used that as a resource. It's saved a lot of people money. It doesn't work for everybody. It goes off of whatever type of insurance you have. It explains it on the website. It's not hard to try to apply for it. It's really easy. So if you're interested in Sublocade and you talk to your insurance and they say you still have to pay X amount, next step would be go to insupport.com. Also, if you're having trouble finding a provider to give you the Sublocade shot, go to sublocade.com, enter in your zip code, search for providers near you, and it should populate a big list. You can easily call those doctors and say, hey, I'm interested in the Sublocade shot. Do you guys give it there? Yes or no? Okay, set me up for an appointment. I'll see you next week. Then you'll go in, you'll have an appointment. They'll ask you what your history is with Suboxone and opiate addiction. You'll tell them I'm on 16 milligrams of Suboxone. I'd like to start on the 300 milligram Sublocade shot. Let's go. You're good to go. They'll order it up from the specialty pharmacy, set you up for an appointment in probably 2 weeks, and then you'll be good to go. Woo! I'm trying to talk a million miles an hour to catch up to you guys today. I appreciate you guys going off in the comments. It definitely keeps the conversation going. And yeah, if it's dead, then I'll usually just end the stream. So I try to keep it behind for a reason, for people wondering. I really wish I would have tried the patches along my journey because I think it would have helped my hand to mouth. Yes, before the shot. And I love that it helps with pain. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I tried talking to my doctor about it and they looked at me like I was speaking Japanese. I was like, I know it's not made for this, but it's the same damn thing, man. It's bupe. Bupe is bupe. Just like the Sublocade shot. It's just bupe. That's all it is. Subutex, it's just bupe. Sublocade, it's just bupe. Suboxone, it's just bupe. It's the same thing. It's just the only thing that's different is the half-life. How long does it take to wear through your body? That's it. T posted a link to Zach's channel. He has a small little channel, and I know he doesn't really like me pushing his channel, but I think he's got like 100 or 200 subscribers, somewhere around there last time I checked. He documented, if you guys want to see what it's like to taper down to a speck of Suboxone, go find the video on his channel. It shows a little diamond scale in there, and he's measuring crumbs on a diamond scale. So not everybody wants to go through that tedious of a taper, right? Not everybody has the willpower and the dedication to do something like that. And so that's where, if you failed to taper Suboxone in the past and you don't want to have to go through all that mental, emotional work that it takes to taper yourself off of Suboxone, it is a lot of work, a lot of brain work, right? If you're not equipped to do that, then I would highly encourage you to talk to your doctor about Sublocade, right? Hopefully your insurance pays for that because it's not cheap. All right, Rach, have fun. Have fun. She says she's out of here for now. Hopefully everyone has a good night. See you soon. All right, Rach, thanks for hanging out and sending some encouraging information my way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Peppa Steppa in the house says, how's Sublocade journey going? Getting my first shot soon. Sublocade is great, guys. It's great. You just have to be ready for the stability, right? You have to be ready to give up this feeling that you get from your Suboxone every day, right? And if you're ready for that, Sublocade is a great tool that can help you for sure. And hopefully your insurance pays for it, right? I don't think anybody should cash pay $2,000 a month for Sublocade. I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole if I had to pay $2,000 a month. It's a great tool, but it's not that great. It's not $2,000 out of my own pocket great. You know? All right, where am I at? So I'm currently about 15 minutes behind the comments, and I'm catching y'all swiftly. So we've still got 22 people up in here, and hopefully we've got over the 30. I was going to say 30 milligrams. Hopefully we've got, we're right at 30 likes on the video. So if you're just stopping in here, guys, if you could please smash that. We usually get up to 40 or 50, so we're running a little thin on the likes today. So I would appreciate you guys if you could bang the thing that looks like this. It'll let other people know we're in here chilling and chatting and hanging out. And we've been on here now for almost 2 hours, guys. We need to start winding things down here. I've got a checklist of a million things I got to do. So we'll probably end this stream somewhere in the neighborhood of the next 15, 20 minutes. T, just a heads up. Heads up to you, T. Zach says Butrans does not work well in Florida, though. Too much sweating. KG, do you still do the whatever that, I can't remember what she said that she put. There was some kind of medical tape or something that she put over the patch to keep it. I can't remember. KG, do you still do that? If you could let us know. Eric says, hey, Kevin, what's up, Eric? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. KG says, I stopped exercising for 3 months due to the sweating. Wow. That's one thing that would be hard for me. I could definitely not stop exercising. If I stop exercising for 3 days, my emotional goes downhill so fast. Is there any way around that, KG, as far as the sweating and the Butrans? Is there anything you could do about that? Because that would be hard to work around that. If you got any hacks for us, KG, let us know. She's in the medical field. So far, I feel like the doctors know the shots are getting people off of subs, so they don't want to prescribe. Am I being paranoid? That's a great question. I appreciate you saying that. I think that there could be some instances like that. What's his name? Dr. Ken Starr. He's got a YouTube channel. He made a video. He posted a comment. I interviewed him a while ago talking about this stuff. But he told me that a lot of his customers aren't coming back after just getting a few Sublocade shots. So I'm not saying it's going to be cakewalk for everybody, but there are people out there who are just getting a couple shots, 2 or 3, 4 shots, and just not coming back. So he let me know that's what's going on in his place. So it could be some of that, Julie, but there's got to be a doctor out there that there's got to be doctors that you can easily find that are willing to give you the shot, right? A couple shots, a few shots. Because you're still making money. They're still making money off your visit and the nurse injection fee or whatever else they charge, right? So I wouldn't have that theory that every doctor is they're going to tell me no on Sublocade. Just set the tone right from the start. When you call them, hey, I'm interested in Sublocade. Do you guys prescribe it? If yes, then go in there and right off the bat, like, hey, I want Suboxone. I'm tired of taking it, and I'd like to do Sublocade. So you should definitely easily be able to find a doctor to give you Sublocade in Florida for sure. So please don't give up hope. If you started giving up, don't give up. Just make some phone calls. I think I would start with the phone calls first. Make sure you check the reviews. They have good reviews on Google, the doctor, um, and that will usually help. My perspective is that there are good docs and not so good ones at Julie. A good doc will support you in your recovery journey in a way that works for you. And it really helps. That's a good point, T. It really helps if you know what you're talking about, right? Like, obviously, we're not doctors here, guys, but a lot of people here on this channel you can teach doctors things, right, that they didn't know. And obviously, don't go in there acting like you're a doctor, because obviously we're not. But there have been many times I've spoken to doctors, even on this channel, and doctors that they work with people with addiction every day, and I've still been able to give them some information, right? Because I've done so much research, I have so much experience with this stuff, and so it's literally just people educating other people about what works and what doesn't work, because we have thousands of people that report back to us on this channel. So all the comments from all the older videos, I see every comment that's on this channel. So there's been a ton of information about the topics that we discuss that come and go from this channel. Took me a while to find a prescriber that I felt comfortable with and that knows exactly how to support my needs. I had to kiss a lot of frogs first. Yeah, you might have to go through some doctors, and hopefully you have the insurance, like I said, to kind of cover you on finding the right doctor, but it shouldn't be too hard to find that for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, that's how my doctor was, Zach. He literally, like, I've said this a few times. He let me call the shots, pun intended. Like, he let me tell him when I was ready for my next shot. He let me tell him what dose I wanted him to give to me, because he just knows I'm like very I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Like, he just knows that I know a lot about this, and I know my body very well, and I know what I don't want to happen, and I know what has happened, and he's willing to let me basically run the show. And as long as it's not something way too far out of whack, he's gonna do whatever I ask him, pretty much. So my doctor was great for sure. Other than the fact that, yeah, other than the fact that his injecting skills weren't the best one of the times. He got so comfortable with it, I would just stand there and lift up my shirt, and he would just squirt it in. One time he kind of went a little bit too far. So after that, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down here. Let me do this the right way, please. So KG says, is that expensive for you, T? My insurance doesn't pay for counseling or psychology. Yeah, I know that can be really expensive if your insurance doesn't cover that stuff. Hey Raja, good to see you again. I remember you had relapsed a while ago. It says I've been on the subs for the last few weeks, staying clean. Good for you, man. Good for you. Yeah, I haven't heard from you for a while, so I've been a little bit worried about you. Somebody else I'm really worried about, Gonzo. Gonzo, where the hell you at, man? Haven't heard from Gonzo for a couple months now, it seems like, guys, and I'm really worried about Gonzo. If anybody knows where Gonzo's at, please tell him to let us know he's all right. Because last time I heard from him, he'd relapsed again from methadone to fentanyl. So I'm really hoping that he's okay. So Zach says, if I was at 1 milligram, I would go to 0.9. I generally would follow no more than 10% of reduction per week, and of course, sometimes much slower. Yeah, I know you were really like OCD about your taper for sure. But the thing you got to think about too, though, is that I couldn't picture a lot of people doing the diamond scale taper. I don't think a lot of people even know how that thing works. So especially like if you had like if you had somebody who has an 8 milligram tablet, right, and they don't have the diamond scale and they don't know how to work the damn diamond scale, it would be almost too hard for them to go, you know what I mean, to such a specific dose. I just think like even if you had like an 8 milligram strip, it would be extremely hard to get that to a 0.9 milligram, I think, anyway. But maybe if you had a 2 milligram, if you did it, if your doctor gave you the 2 milligram strips, then you could probably eat much more easily do it by just cutting and eyeing it, right? Unless you want to buy the diamond scale and crunch it into little pieces like Zach did. Like I said, I've never even heard or seen anybody do anything even close to that. So some people are more OCD about it than others. I was pretty damn OCD about things myself too. So let's see here. Okay, so Jimmy says Buvidal 64 milligrams is 350 AUD here, but I have a veteran card from my deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan only cost $7. $7 for Buvidal. Damn. Woo! Yeah. Wow. That is very, very cost effective right there. Yeah. I think I remember your comments. You were saying about when I was talking about the prices that they charge people over here in the States. You were like, that's a scam. And it is. It's a freaking ripoff. The shit should be free for people for all the damage that was done from that. All those years they were passing out painkillers. Like, people should be able to get the shot for free, man. Come on. You know, it's dirt ass cheap. It might be worth it if you're serious about it to come to Australia. It's cheap. I don't even know how far away that is from here. I didn't even think about calling my insurance provider. Oh my God, ding dong. Thanks, guys. Yes, you're good, Julie. You're good. That's why I always tell you guys, first step, guys, is to call your insurance. 5-minute phone call can save you a lot of confusion for the future. You might be thinking there were some people on here that was talking about wanting to get on Sublocade for like 2 months. And they just kept thinking about it, I want to get on Sublocade, but doing all this research, but they found out after a 5-minute phone call that their insurance doesn't cover it. So it's like you were sitting there thinking about it for all that time for no reason, because it's not even an option. So always, guys, check with your insurance. It's a quick 5-minute phone call. Hey, do you guys cover Sublocade? If so, how much? Do I have to pay anything? Then you know the financial part of it, because that's a huge part about Sublocade is it's really expensive unless your insurance pays for it. And like I said, insupport.com will cover the rest if you have the right insurance that matches up to that. So check it out. That's funny. She says, ding dong. Did you piss off the doctor by telling him it's the same thing? I don't think I said it the way that I was saying it here, like, kind of talking down. I wouldn't say it like that. I think I was like, dude, it's just bupe. And then he's like, well, they make it for chronic pain patients. Well, dude, it's just the same damn medication. It's like, so you're okay giving me a shot that has a 60-day half-life, but you're not okay giving me a patch that has a 1-week half-life? That doesn't make any sense. There needs to be more studies. I get that. Somebody needs to do some studies on this shit, because I think Butrans is a great tool that a lot of people can get help from. And it's just unfortunate that they haven't put in just like with Sublocade, they haven't done a lot of research on the doses. Like, for how much they charge for those damn shots, they need to do more research and get better doses. Like Buvidal has a lot better dosing ranges. Guys, we've gone for about 2 hours now. We'll probably wrap things up in the next, 10 minutes or so. Probably kind of winding things down from here. I need to get caught up in the comments, though. So I'm going to do my best to do that. I'm currently about 12 minutes behind in the comments. So Raja said, I had around a week and a half period in mid to late January where I had relapsed, but I ended up hopping back on subs within 2 days. Yes, I remember that conversation we had on the live stream. And I'm glad that you got back on subs. Hopefully you are steady please stay off those street drugs, man. That shit is deadly these days, guys. If you're on fentanyl, if you're taking those fake blue 30s and you think they're real blue 30s, they're not, guys. They're fake and they're full of fentanyl. So you're playing with fire every time you buy a drug off the street. Please, guys, get some help. It has wiped out many, many people. Somebody here in my local area just passed away a week or two ago. Same thing with T. Somebody passed away, her neighbor or something like that, her friend. You guys, Luke passed away not too long ago. Like the fentanyl is just killing so many people. So many people. I put myself into precip, but I felt better within 24 hours or so. Yeah, see, so use that as motivation to not go down that path again. It's like, dude, you know the hell you got to pay for flip flopping back and forth. It's not a really easy transition to go from Suboxone to fentanyl or fentanyl to Suboxone, right? So use that as your motivation to just stay on Suboxone and steady yourself out, right? Those 2K USD just seems extreme to me, like someone is making big profit there. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. There's no way on God's green earth that shot should cost $2,000 or even 200 seems way too much to me. Look how cheap, guys, Bupe is in the generic form. You can get a Suboxone tablet for like $1. Why is the shot? Why are they charging $2,000 for the shot? It's a scam. It's a freaking scam. It's freaking messed up is what it is. It's like, wait, we have this really awesome tool that could really help you, but you can't get it. Unless you got 2K, of course. Then we'll give you a shot. Plus injection fees. Don't worry about that. Just been working a lot. I work almost every day right now. I take my subs, but taking drugs is a thought of the past right now. I love to hear that. I had a small relapse a week in January, but right now I've been clean. Well, I'm really happy for you, Raja. Thanks for giving us that update. I really appreciate you sharing that with us. And even when you slipped up, like you came here and you talked about it with us, right? And we appreciate you sharing that, guys. Guys, relapses are a part of this process for most people, right? You might relapse sometime along the way, and that's pretty much normal. It's par for the course, right? So if you relapsed, guys, if you're slipping up, let us know. Let's talk about it. That way we can check in with you, and hopefully you can have some positive news to report back to us next week or the week after or a couple weeks down the road, right? If I start to get to know who you are and I can remember your situations which is weird because I have the worst memory, guys. I have the worst memory. But I remember talking to Raja even when he first found this channel. I remember when he was on vacation and talking about what he's going to do when he's go home. Like I remember the weirdest things on this channel, which, like I said, surprises me because I don't remember anything in your life. Yeah, time flies. I feel like you've been on for 30 minutes, right? I keep looking at the clock. I'm like, is that right? Have I been on here 2 hours and 10 minutes already? Critter Life says, hi, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by here. No, Kev, I figured out it's better not to cover it. Okay, the patch she's talking about. Okay. Yeah, I remember you were having some issue with that along the way. So how long are you switching out the patches now at this point, KG? Are you doing, I think you said it was like what, 3 or 4 or 5 days or something like that? How's it going? Just got here. It's been a while. It's going good. How are you doing? Lucky Dr. Park writes my scripts to change the patch every 5 days instead of 7. Yes, that's a big help for sure. Yep. Because they got to go off that, right? They don't just go off of the instruction pamphlet, which there obviously isn't one for the way that KG is using it, right? There's no written manual for that. So that's why it's so important for you guys to share with us your experience, especially when it comes to something rare like what she's doing. KG, when I took the Butrans, I felt like it wore off too quick. And at first I felt like it hit hard, like it was uneven. That's very interesting. Somebody said that, I don't want to repeat this because it might encourage some bad behavior. So I won't even say that. Probably due to working outside in the Florida sun. Trying to speed through these comments and get caught up to you guys here. Let's see. Zach says, I remember the first few days it felt great, but by the fourth day, I was supplementing with Subutex because I felt really rough. So I had to switch back. I didn't try it very long. Yeah, I know you've kind of talked about it a little bit, Zach, over the years. So maybe I thought it was my metabolism too, because I have super fast metabolism, and that's how I am too. So yeah, that can definitely change things as far as how fast these medications wear off. If you've got a really fast metabolism, like I do and Zach does, some things might wear out faster than others. So something to keep in mind and to talk to your doctor about if you're having an issue. And that's why for me, taking Suboxone once a day, it didn't work because my body would gobble it all up real quick. It would hit me hard. It would hit me too hard. And then it would fall off too fast. So by the end of the night, I was like feeling off and weird, like something's wrong, but nothing's wrong. And so that's why people like me, Zach, need to take Suboxone multiple times a day. Because even though it has a 33-hour half-life scientifically, right? For some people's bodies, it just speeds through the stuff. Sometimes when I remove the patch, the medicine part, it's not even touching my skin. Not complaining though, it keeps me sane. Yeah, that's really interesting. So maybe by, I think KG said by day 4, she starts to feel like it's not working too well. Maybe it's just losing contact with your patch near the end from sweat or grease or whatever, right? It could just be that. Do you think? Yeah, I was surprised people use it because it was pretty quick. No go for me. Didn't like it at all. Zach says, yeah, if you're sweating and you're out doing work, like sweating work and always outside, it definitely probably isn't the best option, especially if you're in a place like Florida. So yeah, just like all the medications, guys, some of them will work better for other people. It really just kind of depends on your situation and your body and what you do for a living and all that stuff. Zach says, yeah, I never thought subs did anything for pain for me. Advil was always my go-to, but taking 6 to 24 pills a day of Advil is a little rough. Yeah, that's scary. Worried about your liver. I was on subs because they were my superpower. Yeah, and that's why a lot of people have a hard time getting off subs because they do feel like it's your quote unquote superpower. Like Zach said, right? A lot of people do get a boost of energy, and that can be hard to let go of. Lord have mercy. Raja says, you're right, G. It's not easy making the transition. When I got back from Seattle after quitting, I was taking the subs at first and I had bad cravings. I ended up giving subs the chance and now have no cravings. Yes. Yeah, guys, it's not just going to be, especially if you're coming from fentanyl to Suboxone, right? It's not just going to be a perfect, whoa, everything's perfectly fine, right? It's going to take some time to stabilize in your body to get used to not having major doses of street drugs coming in, right? And it's going to have to get used to taking Suboxone, which is a slower acting medication. It doesn't just bam smack you in the face like fentanyl does, right? So yes, it's an adjustment. Sometimes Suboxone isn't enough from somebody coming from fentanyl. So if you tried Suboxone, if you recently come off fentanyl and Suboxone isn't enough for you, quote unquote enough, then you might talk to your doctor about bumping up to methadone, right? That's going to be a stronger opiate type situation. And that could kind of get you closer to maybe something that would work for you, right? So if you can go down to Suboxone from fentanyl, then that's incredible. And that's a huge win if you're able to do that, right? Anything's a win to get off the street drugs. If you've got to pile kratom down your throat all day to get off fentanyl, it's still worth it. If you got to take big old chunks of kratom all day, it's still worth it, guys. The fentanyl, it's just going to kill your ass sooner or later. So stay off the streets. I feel guilty for taking two BC powders. What's a BC powders, KG? Your memory appears to be golden, Kevin. Just saying. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. I feel like in my normal everyday life, I feel like I forget so much shit. Looks like I am currently about 5 minutes behind in the comments. I'm catching up to y'all. If you got any last comments, guys, we're going to wrap things up here shortly. So if you have something, a question you want to ask or a comment you want to say to the group, please say it now, guys. Speak your final piece. I appreciate the new people coming up in here today and sharing what they're going through. It's always good to see some new faces in here. There's like a group of people who've kind of phased out of this channel recently, right? So now we're seeing a group of new people phase in. So it's always been like that over the last 2 years that I've been doing live streams. It's like you start to get like a group together and you think that that group's always going to be here. And then it's like it all just rotates out. It kind of reminds me of the gym life because for a lot of time you go to the gym, you like always see the same people every day, right? And then it's like they start to change gyms or they go earlier and then there's a new crowd that comes in. It's very interesting. Kind of reminds me of this channel in a way. Just always people coming and going. And if you're somebody who's stayed and rocked with us on this channel for the last few years, I really appreciate you guys. Even for those who have moved on from the Suboxone lifestyle, right? And they still come back in here and spread positive vibes for other people. That's really admirable for people who do that. And I really do appreciate you guys. And you know who you are. I mistyped. I meant to say I wasn't taking my subs in the last post. When I got back from Seattle, I wasn't taking subs, even though I was prescribed it. I ended up giving in and taking them. Subs are better than fent. Yes, 1,000 times better than fent. That's like comparing crack to coffee in my book. If fentanyl is crack, Suboxone is the coffee. That's how I look at it. I don't know if you guys would compare it something similar to that, but yes, that's not even comparable. That's not even close to comparable. And I can actually function normally right now. It feels great. Yes, hopefully you've got your life. You're putting your life back together from what you went through with the fentanyl, right? I've been clean for about a month now after that mess up. It's been around 3 to 4 weeks. I can't remember, but the difference now is I'm not having any cravings. I don't think about it anymore. I'm in control. I love that. What dose did you get? What dose are you stabilized on, Raja? What dose are you on? I know you were kind of trying to keep the dose low, but sometimes if you go too low, then the cravings are still going to be there, right? So let us know what dose works for you, Raja, if you could. Zach says, yeah, Cindy and Kev, I also spent about $3,000 per month. Yep, that's what I was spending on my active addiction was exactly $3,000. And that's back when $3,000 was actually a huge chunk of change, right? Back in my day, Sonny. Hey. Back in 2016, 2017, when $3,000 was actually a really big chunk of money, you could buy a nice car for $3,000. That's what I was spending on painkillers, guys. Fuck that. Fuck that. In today's world, God, that'd be like 10 G's. Easy. This inflation we got going here. My body is the speedy type too. Yeah, it's good that you realize that. If you've got a fast metabolism, like many people, it sounds like on this channel do. KG says, I'm having a hard time at work with 12-hour shifts. At 3 p.m., I start going down. On subs, I never had an issue. That's really interesting, KG. Are you taking any other medications at all? KG, you just reminded me. How's the drinking been going for you? Are you doing okay with that? Have you made any progress on the drinking, KG? Let us know, girl. Speaking of drinking, guys, we are now 2 months into 2024. So shout out to the people who joined the No Alky Challenge, I guess we called it. I can't believe 2 months of this year has already gone by. Alky was never really a major issue for me, so it's obviously not hard for me to do that. But alcohol runs deep in the veins of my entire family. So I'm still proud of me for going 2 months. I don't envision any issues. But yeah, if you guys were trying to do the No Alky Challenge for 2024, I know it's not for everybody. I know I think last I read, it said 87% of adults drink alcohol. And that's a lot. That's almost I mean, 8.5 out of 10 people, it's just so normalized these days, right? If it's not an issue for you, that's great. If you can use it as a, have fun with your friends on the weekend type of deal, that's awesome. If it's not that an issue for you, but just be careful with the addiction, guys. My brother started having some really serious health problems from his alcohol abuse over 20-25 years straight. He probably drank vodka every night, I would have to guess. And you don't want to go down that road, guys. Promise. I'm about 5 minutes behind the comments, trying to catch up to y'all. Julie says, I'm super happy to be here, guys. I'm wishing everyone the very best life they can create. Absolutely. Yes. We're happy to have you here too, Julie. Did you recently just find the channel, Julie, or have you been here for a minute? Let us know on your Sublocade stuff, Julie. If you find that your insurance is, they're willing to pay for it, and if you find a doctor, if you have any other questions about it, just let me know. Post a comment, and I'll do my best to respond to you. Unless you can join us on the next live stream. My goal for next week, guys, I would hope to be here and do this again next week. I hope I try to do it. I can't guarantee I'm going to be here every single Wednesday, but I'll do my best to try to keep this Wednesday thing going, especially if we have a good turnout of people like we did today. Let's see. Okay, so Raja's at 8 milligrams and doing great on 8. So that's awesome. That's a great dose. That's a great dose, especially for coming off of fentanyl. Yes, absolutely. 8 milligrams for sure. That's great. Zach says the whole journey took about 17 years. And if you include when I quit smoking cigarettes, that was about 19 years ago. Yeah, the years can just fly by. The years do just fly by. Raja says 8 milligrams works for me. I have some days where I feel like my body might be going into withdrawal, but I've come to the realization that my body will play tricks on me throughout this process. Yeah, and it's not even just your body. Sometimes it can be your brain tricking you and trying to find. Sometimes your brain can try to find something that kind of close to withdrawal, right? My legs are aching. Maybe you were just working all day yesterday, standing on your feet, right? It doesn't have to be. You don't have to throw a withdrawal label on it. If you feel a little off, maybe you're just feeling off, right? Maybe you forgot to take your caffeine, or it could be a million other things, right? It doesn't just have to. Your brain is going to try to probably throw you into thinking that it's withdrawal, and oh no, I'm freaking out, I'm in withdrawal. But if you're on 8 milligrams of Suboxone, you shouldn't be having withdrawal. But that being said, we don't have any clue what the hell is in fentanyl. So it could be some weird things that were in the fentanyl, right? Obviously, that you're still trying to adjust back from. Baby. Let's see here. Zach says, Raja, I always split my daily amount into 4 doses. That would keep me stable throughout the day and night. That's a really good point. 1 dose every 6 hours. Yes, that could be an issue, Raja. Yeah, if you're a fast responder like Zach and I and others are, you might want to break your dose up, and that will keep your levels more stable. You might try that if you haven't yet. I don't know if you're taking it all at once, because if you're doing that, then you'll get the full boost, and then it'll wear off towards the end of the day if you have a fast metabolism, right? So you might want to try splitting it up, as Zach had just mentioned. That helps a lot of people. That's a good point, Zach. Thanks for catching that. That's a really good point, actually. For anybody who's watching this, if you take your Suboxone just once a day and you feel like by the end of the day you're feeling kind of off, you might try splitting up your dose. Just taking your first dose and chopping it in half, and taking this. I always did first dose at like 9 or 10 in the morning, and I always waited until I was able to go poo for the day, right? Because you guys know, hopefully, as well as I do, that once you take your Suboxone for the day, you're likely not going to have a bowel movement. It's going to slow things down. So if you're struggling with constipation, or your stomach always feels tight or full or gassy, you're likely backed up and you need to clear some stuff out of there. So you can either take some supplements, or you can lower your dose, or you can just wait to take your dose until you've had your bowel movement for the day, then take your dose, right? Pro tips up in here. It can be hard to stick to one bube strip a day, but it definitely works, and I plan to start tapering within the next 2 to 3 months. For now, though, I just want to focus on work and school. Yes. Yeah, take your time, man. Please don't rush off of bube, especially since you're doing good and you're able to work on things like that. No rush, my friend. No rush. And when you do decide to start tapering, obviously take your time and space, go down slow. T says 2 months is a long time without alcohol, whether one is a social drinker or a heavy one. I'm proud of you for staying strong, Kev. Thanks, T. I know you're doing the same, so shout out to you as well. I appreciate you in that comment. It's a great comment. Critter Life says, I used to have a vodka problem. I don't drink it anymore. Still working on my drinking problem. Yeah, guys, for many people, it can be a lifelong thing that you're working against, right? Obviously, the closer you are getting out of your addiction to drinking, it's going to feel like it's going to take forever, right? But just one day at a time is all you got to. Just kind of like how I'm looking at my business. It's just like, yeah, I could think about the entirety of the whole situation and all the work that I have to do, and just me saying that right there made my heart like skip a beat, pretty much. It's freaking funny. But I choose to not think like that. I want to think about what I can do today. What can I do today to put me on the right track? All I got to do is focus on what I can do today, and I'll go to sleep tonight. And tomorrow I'll wake up refreshed, and it will be a whole new day tomorrow. And then I'll fight tomorrow's problems tomorrow. Just got to solve the problems that come up in life, right? Raja says, I never thought about breaking up my dose. I just take 8 milligram strip a day. Yes. So I definitely think that you will feel much more stable if you split that 8 milligram strip into 2 and just take 1 dose in the morning and 1 dose sometime in the afternoon. Try that, Raja, and get back to us next week and let us know how that worked for you. I promise you will feel more stable, because whenever I was on 1 dose, it kicked in really hard and it felt too strong, and I didn't like the way that I felt. And then by the nighttime, like I said earlier, guys, I was feeling like it wasn't enough. So splitting up the dose can keep your levels much more stable. T says, I'm happy to report to y'all that I'm still alky free in 2024 too. Awesome, T. I know you're moving, and I know that's really stressful. So shout out to you for not messing up with the alky. I know you've been off alky for a long time, so killing it over there. KG says, Kev, I'm drinking beer when I'm off work, but I don't feel out of control. That's good. Yeah. As long as you're not, chugging vodka every day, like that's like next level shit, right? If you're taking a couple beers to kind of wind down from a rough day, I don't really say that's an issue. Like, it is what it is, right? But if you're getting like, if you're to the point where you can drink 10 shots of vodka every night and you don't even really feel it, like that's kind of scary. And that happens to a lot of people. It can just get out of control like that. Raja says, it's weird because sometimes 8 to 12 hours in, my body will start showing symptoms, but I try to remind myself that it's in my head. Maybe I should start breaking up my doses and taking them. Yeah, I would do that, Raja. I would definitely do that. At least try it for a few days, right? Starting tomorrow, take the 4 milligrams in the morning and 4 milligrams in the afternoon. I promise you, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Julie says, it's been about a month here on this channel. Just subscribe to Tara. Awesome. Yeah, I was like, I swear I've seen her name on this channel before. So it's hard for me to keep up unless you're like here every week, and then I get to actually know you and your situation. Like if you show up next week, I'll remember the stuff that we talked about probably today. So if I don't see you guys on a frequent basis, I might to kind of start to forget your situation, what's going on. So Zach says, I feel like we're some of the luckiest people in the world who get to taper subs. I had no idea of the strength that was in me. Without the subs, I may have never known. That's a really good comment. You're you're a different breed if you've gone through this stuff. It can definitely teach you some life lessons for sure. Looks like I'm only a couple minutes behind now. I'm almost caught up to you guys. Zach says, I think the only reason I never got into alcohol was because it interfered with all the drugs I was taking. The thing that always got me with alcohol and people that drink like vodka every night and hard liquor every night, it's like, dude, like you're stuck at home the whole night after that. It's like you can't go out and do anything. That would suck. That would fucking suck. I saw that with my brother every night. It's like after 5, 6 o'clock, like you're stuck in the house all night. No way. I don't like that. I drank my way right out of drinking. Laugh out loud. It's been 7+ years for me. That is awesome. Congratulations, Julie. 7 years. That's a long time. It's been 7 years since I last took painkillers. So that was my major issue was painkillers for 15 years. And it was 2017 when I last took some. So hopefully I have to never go down that road again, knocking on wood. I think I would be way too paranoid to be an addict in today's world with this fentanyl stuff. I don't think I'm too paranoid to be doing that stuff. So I hope to God that never happens again. Because that sounds really scary. Zach says, I see loved ones that struggle with alcohol and I feel so bad for them. It looks really hard. Yep. I agree, Zach. Same thing. Like most of my family on both sides all struggle with alcohol. It's like 80% of people that I know in real life drink alcohol every single night. 80% probably, guys. That's a lot. That sucks. It's an interesting concept, the concept of getting drunk on alcohol, right? Like if you really think about what's going on, that's very interesting. It makes you want to it kind of makes you want to look into like all the psychology about. I mean, it's kind of all. I think it's all kind of similar. All addictions, not just alcohol, like painkillers and addictions to all these substances, right? It's very interesting just to really think about what's going on. It's kind of interesting. Scrolling, keep these doggies scrolling. Critter Life says, I drink almost every day at this point, and if I don't, I'm fighting. I've kept myself from being out of control for years, but I'm ready to be done keeping my drinking problem at bay and just freaking quit. Fighting wanting booze. Yeah, I wish you well on that journey, my friend. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. Hopefully you can make some progress. Remember, it doesn't just happen overnight. You didn't get into your addiction overnight, so you're likely not going to get out of it overnight. That being said, some people have done it. I always wonder what it would be like to taper alcohol. Like what I took 10 shots tonight, just take 9 tomorrow. This should be that simple, right? Julie says, seriously awesome. I never thought I could get that much time. Now I can't ever imagine drinking again. What are some coping mechanisms that have worked for you before, Critter Life? Also, I think it's wonderful that you're sharing what you're going through with us. Yes, we appreciate that, guys. We appreciate you guys sharing with us your updates. We love to hear what you guys are going through. Getting out on a hike always helps. The ukulele. Okay, guys, we got to the end of the comments. It looks like I got to most comments. I had to skip some. I want to send a shout out to KG Smith for sponsoring today's live stream with a $40 Cash App donation, and Julie for also hooking it up with a $10 Cash App donation. Shout out to you, ladies, babies. I appreciate you guys sponsoring today's show, and I'm going to play some chill music. Remember, guys, that Tara does the after stream. So if you guys would like to receive more help or more discussion, or if you just would like to keep chatting with these fine folks, go check out Tara's channel. It's easy to find her. You just simply type in Tara Smiling as you see her name right there, and you'll pop right up on her channel. And I'll do my best to stop in over there, but you guys know I've got a million things going on, so I probably can't stay long. And hopefully you things go well for you with your move, Tara, if you're still doing that. And good luck on the stream tonight. I'm going to play some chill music as we finish things out here, guys. What should we play today? Let's do this one. Ooh, it's loud. So remember, guys, that we try to do these live streams every single week. So I hope to see you guys on the next Wednesday live stream. I love y'all, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys. Don't forget to smash that like if you can. Appreciate you. Bye.